What's going on, guys? We're going to be doing some day drinking today. So I went all the way to North Dallas. So I'm super tired from work the other day. I was tired last night, tired this morning, but we still got out there and we went to pick up some bottles. So the first thing we picked up, we're going to grab it off the shelf. We went ahead and we picked up a 2021 Cowboy Bourbon. So now we have 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. So we have 4 Cowboy Bourbons up here. Drinking on a Monday, I love it. From Josh and Tater Dom's in the house as well. So we got 4 reels in the house as well. So we did get our Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon 2021. We have a box beside us too on stuff we picked up. So one of the bottles we got from Goody Goody, we finally found the RD1 Maple. We saw this originally and we never picked it up, but I got a sample of it, and after trying it, I found that it does excellent when blended as a 1-to-1 pour with the Amberana finish. So if you guys ever have a chance to get RD1 and you get the maple and the Amberana on a 1-to-1 ratio, that is delicious. So we are going to be doing that today for sure. I say Redwood Empire Screaming Titan Weeded Bourbon. Yes, we did get the Screaming Titan. We went ahead and cracked that last night. Well, actually cracked it the same day we got it, but we dove into it again last night to talk about it and drink it. Very, very good, very delicious pour. A little oaky, heavy oak, a lot of toast, a lot of char. Another bottle that I'm excited about that we were able to get today, they had the Evan Williams single barrel, the vintage collection. So that's the photo from the thumbnail. Jeff from Drizo Nation was also with us, and he was able to pick up a bottle as well. So as long as he's down for it, I think this will be a fresh crack, and we'll drink this today for sure. So I'm really excited about that. Let's see, barreled on December 4th of 2015. This is barrel number 456, and it was bottled on March 1st of 24. Hey, just picked one of those up at lunch. Yeah, I'm excited to try this because I've heard really good things about it, and look how much wax is on that. Like, this thing's a lot of wax, so I'm excited to open this one and try it. I've heard good things, and it was at the right price. And by the right price, let me grab the receipts. We paid $37.88 out the door, so it's $34.99. $37.88 was the out the door price. I don't think you can beat that. So I was pretty happy about that. And then I've got to get it out of the packaging, but we do have one more very special bottle that we were able to pick up today. Oh, hey, yeah, hey Zeus, you're on break, and we're going live. We're gonna do some day drinking. We got it, guys. It's in our freaking hands now. We got the 13th colony, 15th anniversary. Oh my gosh, so freaking cool. This is bottle number 1,550, 139.2 proof. Oh man, how crazy is this? Like absolute freaking holy grail right here. It's like the one bottle that we were super excited about this year when we heard about it dropping that we wanted, and our chances of finding it and obtaining it were slowly going down every single day. And then we stir the pot, and then Jeff go ahead and he simmers it down and finds a way to get 3 of these bottles. So the store we got these from, I was able to get one of those 3 bottles that the store got, but we had to raise some hell. But Walnut Hill, they might have got most of the bottles, but I found a way to get one thanks to Jeff from Drizo Nation. He'll be popping in here. Hold that with both hands. Yeah. Screenshot. Or you're afraid that I'm going to drop it. No, this is freaking awesome, guys. I don't know if and when we will open it. I say if. It will get opened eventually. I just don't know when. This could be a bottle that I save for my kid, or it could be a bottle that we fresh crack and open and drink with some friends. But man, what a freaking cool bottle! Like, This thing's got some weight to it. So we're gonna put this up on the shelf. We're gonna put it in front of the cowboy bourbons because I feel like it should be front and center. So. It'll have a spot in the cabinet, probably with the decanters, because it's one of those crazy ones. Right now, there's a Master Pick 15 next to the decanters because that's going to Tyler. But holy cow, guys! That was a freaking event and a half today. Driving all the way to Dallas to go pick that up, but it was well worth it. We made it work. We were able to do two big trips there. We got one where we were able to go see and get the cowboy bourbon, and then the other one to go hang out with Jeff. So Jeff sent his Evan Williams picture. I was going to make the thumbnail, so I'll just hold that up to where you guys can see that if we'll focus in. We were going to have this picture for the video, but he was late to the party. We already have it up, and we're already live, so we'll see if Jeff will get on here. Jeff is popping in right now in the background, so we'll bring him on right now.
What's up, brother?
I should have asked earlier because I was trying to make the thumbnail for your photo, so that's why I was like, I wanted it to add to the thumbnail, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
We didn't do anything crazy. We just uploaded the picture we took. Normally, we do a lot of editing, and I was going to put you in there and everything and like crop you to where we were together. So, I figured for the price, I mean, you can't really beat the Evan Williams single barrel. I think this will be the one that I'll fresh crack today for sure to drink. And then I've got 4 samples. I know you don't have these to partake in them, but I mean, we don't really have to drink the same stuff for this one.
Yeah.
I've got 4 samples from Bourbon Riders,
Okay.
and it's for a video that he sent me saying he wanted to do a challenge. So the challenge is he's going to send me 4 samples of store picks, and if I don't like any of them, he'll send me an entire bottle of Georgia Heartwood for absolutely free. But the caveat is if I like even just one of these samples, that I have to send him 4 samples of store picks that I have. So, and well, I think we're gonna have to send him 4 samples because one of the first samples is a Bull Run Distillery Company American Whiskey 15 year and Nocino barrel finish, which is 126.06 proof. I think that one alone is gonna to make me have to send him some samples. So. But I thought it was a cool idea. It gives people a chance, of at least content creators, a chance to share their store picks that they have. And
right.
Pretty cool.
I do like that. Well, I mean, you have 1 bottle, but I have 2 that are fresh crack, and pretty excited about it. Not gonna lie.
Well, I can fresh crack the Artie because I also have to fresh crack the maple because I held up the Amberana and I was talking to him about how we're going to do a 1-to-1 blend with the Artie 1 maple and Amberana. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got 2 fresh crack.
I'm looking forward to this Willet Yellow Top. So more than anything.
Some mellow corn. Still yet a bottle I've never picked up or never even tried.
I just said screw it. I gotta try it.
I'm pretty sure it's just 100% corn whiskey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but it says under U.S. government supervision. So when I drink it, is there like a little node that's going to go into my stomach now?
That's hilarious. Do you like the RD1 green? I'm the only person I know who likes it. I actually do like the Amberana RD1. I thought it was delicious, which is why we went out of the way to pick up the maple, because we had to sample the maple and we did a blend of 1-to-1. And I feel like the balance of the sweetness from the maple with the Amberana, the little bit of spice and a little bit of cinnamon, was very pleasant. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch is all I have to say about Amberana finish.
Yeah, that stuff's good. Matter of fact, when I did that bourbon class yesterday, one of the girls, I had probably that much left in bottles. Like, take it with you. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, go for it. I don't care. It's good stuff.
Oh, these were like shrink wrapped on here, and I'm trying to open these freaking samples now. Maybe we can just unscrew the lid and it'll come off. We'll see.
There you go.
Yeah, that worked. He's got some interesting sample bottles that he sends. They have metal caps, but the plastic that goes around the neck of it, it's almost impossible to get off. But then it has a little stopper that's like stuck in it. So
yeah.
I normally have to use like a pin to pry it out. So Jeff, what all did you get today? Your mellow corn and your Evan Williams, but then you want to hold up your Blantons now that you have that in your possession?
Finally got it.
It took forever for me to finally go to my parents' house.
Yeah, but we're all busy, man. I understand. So yeah, finally got it, man. This is really freaking cool. Everyone's like, oh, it's just Blanton's, whatever. But I mean, the cool part is that dump date right there. That is my daughter's exact birth month, day, and year. So thank you, buddy. That's pretty freaking cool, man.
I'm finally glad to steal it from my dad's house and swap it out with another Blanton so I can get that one to you.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool, man. I appreciate it. And then, of course, I saw something because, like, we were sampling everything, and my wife was like, oh, it's my Sazerac rye. And I'm like, you have 3 bottles of it. So I'm really glad that we went in there today. So now she'll be really happy and can shut up because I got the biggest one they possibly sell.
I had one of those for the longest time. I actually sent it home with my buddy Tyler. He's up in Saginaw, different Tyler than what you've met so far. But I sent him the big handle home because I'm like, this is perfect for cocktails. But that's about it. I don't know how people drink that stuff neat.
I think it's so. Here's my thing. I think it's good. I could drink it, but the store picks, like, they're on a whole nother level. So I don't know.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and screw up our day by starting out with 126 proof whiskey.
Oh God, dude! Holy crap! I don't think I mean, I have several, but yeah, I'm gonna do the Melcorn just because I want to know. Fresh crack.
This is the Bull Run Distillery sample, so it is a good starting rye, in your opinion, as well. My opinion too, John, because that was the very first bottle of rye I ever bought was actually a Sazerac rye. And matter of fact, it was a 1.75 liter handle of it. Was my first bottle of it.
God, there's no color whatsoever in this. This looks like wine.
It's like 100% corn whiskey, is it not?
It doesn't really say anything on the bottle. I'm scared.
I'm pretty sure the mash bill is 100% corn for mellow corn.
Yeah, it doesn't say on the bottle. I don't know, but it's Heaven Hill, so it must be good.
Mellow corn mash bill.
It's so pissy. Yeah, it's it looks like dehydration.
Thanks to its 90% corn mash bill, so it's 90% corn. Okay, 10% rye and malted barley. There you go. Light gold color. MSRP is $12 as of 2017.
I think I paid the premium price because it's a yellow top. I paid $16.
Well, that was back in 2017, so prices probably went up since then.
Heard. Yeah, the nose is nothing.
It got a 2.5 out of 5-star barrel rating on Breaking Bourbon for a review.
But it says finest. So I mean, I don't know. That might be the new Willet Yellow Top. I mean, it smells like corn. It smells there's just a sweet note. There's no vanilla or nothing.
I saw 90% of corn, so you said at least 80, but 90% and then 10% malted barley.
I mean, yeah, straight corn whiskey. Oh God. Oh man, I don't want to drink this.
Is the tasting note going to be corn?
I definitely taste like butter. That's actually, there's no burn. That's actually not bad. Wow.
There's the only other bottle that I can think of that's like in that price range that can compete would be like Ancient Age.
Really?
The 90 proof.
Never had it. I don't know. Butter popcorn. Like, I just get butter. Like, there's no burn to it. It's really smooth, surprisingly. But dang it, am I going to start enjoying this?
You thought Pappy 27.5 year was crazy. Wait till you see the Willet Yellow Top.
It's $8 a bottle. Golly.
We'll have to try to find you the Ancient Age bottle that I'm talking about too. It's like 90 proof, but it's like 12 or 13 bucks, and it's just like a vanilla bomb, but it's super easy and super smooth to drink.
Oh God, yeah, this is.
I think they have an 80 proofer as well.
This doesn't taste anywhere near 100 proof. Yeah, it just tastes like butter, and I'm okay with that. I I think for the sake of time, I'm just going to start collecting mellow corn and have like 30 of them, like Tyler has bags. So.
There is a guy that was selling a mellow corn bottle on one of the secondary groups. It comes with a pair of slides, mellow corn slides. Get some mellow corn slides.
Oh, I'd rock those all day. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's not bad. That's really drinkable. There's no
Let me see if I can pull up the mellow corn slides.
Yeah, I kind of want some of those now. Can I buy them on Amazon?
I don't know if you can buy them on Amazon or not. It was like a promotion. I guess we're just gonna have to go to Facebook and find the freaking post so I can share the post because I just thought it was funny. Can't believe I'm going to a secondary group just to search for mellow corn.
They have clocks.
Y'all aren't working today? No, Michael. I'm off on Mondays and Tuesdays, brother.
Yeah, mellow recovery slides. Yeah, they're $50.
Is that what they're called?
Mellow recovery slides. I don't see any mellow corn slides, but
oh, no, there's mellow corn slides. I know I saw a picture. I'm just trying to find it now. Man, where is it? Maybe we'll hunt for it on our phone while we're talking about this.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this is. I'm gonna just type it in chat so you guys can try to educate me if you guys know anything about it. I don't think that Jeff will know anything about it. I just typed in the I think it's Nocino is how you pronounce it, barrel finish. That's the Bull Run 15-year pick that I just had a sample of, and I've never heard anything like it. So,
is it good?
Yeah. I don't really understand the flavor profile. It kind of feels and is very similar to like Amburana. There we go, Keith B says, I went to bed with you on it. First thing I see you live again. Yeah. We're now day drinking. Let's go.
Yeah, right. Huh.
Where's this freaking mellow corn picture? I can't remember what group it was in. Maybe it was in the Dallas group.
Yeah, that's
Here we go. Let me see if we can just save the photo. Yeah, and then we'll post it in the Discord so I can share it there. Boom.
My
Chat.
wife.
All right, we just shared the picture in Discord, which is perfect because now we can present it to the stream. Open this in a browser real quick. Boom. I'm juggling multiple things at once while I'm trying to get us in line. Present, share screen. Boom.
Oh, yeah. I want those.
You can get some mellow corn slides with your bottle of mellow corn.
Definitely want that.
I've never even heard or seen this promotion before, but I just thought that was some of the funniest crap. So
I'm gonna need that in my life right there.
Some bright yellow slides.
I'd rock them.
Okay, For Real says it's an Italian walnut liqueur.
Oh,
interesting. So I didn't know that's what that was.
So you get nuttiness on it?
Did I get what?
You get like any kind of nut note on it?
A little bit of nuttiness, a little bit of earthiness. Keith P's on his lunch right now, so now he's watching us.
Oh gosh.
We'll move to the Wyoming whiskey pick. This is a weeded single barrel Habit store pick. I got to go through these and try to talk about them a little bit, but the problem is honestly all he told us to do is just to drink them, and if we like them, we like them. If we don't, we don't. But if we like them, we got to send him samples, and guess what? We like the first one, so it looks like we got to pick out some store picks.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna have some more Willet Yellow Top. So
some more mellow corn. Let's go.
It's surprisingly very smooth. I'm just scared how light it is, and knowing that's 100 proof, like it's gonna hurt.
We're stepping down a couple proof points to 121 proof, but then we're going to climb back up to the top.
Oh, really? What are we going at?
The top is a 137.9 proof.
Golly. That's nutty.
I don't care for this Wyoming whiskey.
Yeah.
It's a wheated bourbon. It's a single barrel. It's a Habit store pick, 121 proof, but just a very heavy weeder.
Huh.
Got a nice nose, though. I'm day drinking a ton of water, and it's not brown.
There you go, Beach. Trust me, I'm drinking a lot of water too, but it's our day off. So.
Yeah, this is like my Saturday, guys, just to put it in perspective.
Yeah.
That's like the night shift guys that start drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Alcoholics. Like, no, I work at 10 o'clock at
night. That's why when I would make videos for a while, I was making them at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, really?
Guns and Bourbon's jumping in from work too to say hi.
There you go.
Yeah, we picked the worst time to go live. We picked the time while everybody's still at work. Michael, I do believe that I did send your information over to Jeff about the Knob Creek 12. I don't know if we were able to pick one up yet, though.
No, I've got to go tomorrow. I'm going to go tomorrow before work to go pick it up. They still have them.
Yeah, Knob Creek 12, we see them quite often here. I mean, for a while last year, I didn't see them hardly at all unless I went to the mom and pop stores, and I would pay like a slight markup, maybe like $6 or $7 more. But
yeah, I mean, even at like $60, I'd still buy that bottle because it's that good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like $61.99 at Total Wine, $68.99 I want to say at my mom and pop. So can't really complain there.
Yeah.
Hey, someone knows the saying: you can't drink all day if you don't start early.
That's correct. Yeah, no, it's a good bottle. I'm already on my second bottle of Knob Creek 12, so it's really good. I'm about to kill my third bottle of Larceny A124 because I love that bottle.
It's funny that you mentioned that bottle. I almost brought the rest of my Larceny bottle A124 up to you as like a thank you, but I was like, let me wait till I get something that's actually worth giving to you because I figured you probably already had one.
I do. It's on because I mean they're just good bottles, man. Like they're just freaking.
I did tell Tyler because he goes to the base when the B524, which will be the second batch this year that comes out. If you could go pick them up, because at the base there's no taxes and they're $54.99 versus Total Wine's out of their freaking mind. They've been charging $71.99.
Yeah, that's the funny part is because when I picked my first two up in January, I think I paid like $65. And yeah, this last one was $71.99. It was ridiculous.
When I bought my first C923, I paid $54.99. The next day I bought another one for $54.99, and then 2 weeks later it was $64.99 on the shelf, and then a week after that it was $71.99. I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh, that's nutty, dude.
What's up, Wakhtar? Are you working from behind the bar today? I can't remember. They're closed on certain days. Are they closed on Mondays?
I think he's off. What, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I can't remember. I know he has a new position now, so I'm not sure what his new work schedule is.
Oh.
You're off Monday, Tuesday. You want to do some day drinking with us? I can share the link to you.
That'd be dope.
This is a distillery pick that's very close to Matt from Whiskey Wisdom, who was on last night. Matter of fact, he has a store pick Eagle Rare that's from the same exact store. This is a Watershed Distillery single barrel select Turtle Creek store pick 128 proof.
Nice.
Did 65 hours last week. Well,
good overtime.
Hard work does obviously not go unnoticed. And I say obviously because they were on the verge of letting you go because of your I talked about it a little bit with the Discord guys. I like to have it when you're there, so we're not talking shit behind your back. But a lot of guys were talking about how they really feared and felt for your health, and I tried to explain to them based off of the times that we were able to hang out and we did enjoy the pours that we had, that your body was not going to be able to hold up with whatever they were putting on you because it was very physically demanding. And I was like, Lokhtar is kind of a small dude. Like, he's got a high like excitement and work ethic, but I said that job is taking a toll on him. I'm like, I really hope that they see his enthusiasm towards this, that they actually take and put him in a position where he can excel, where he's going to do the best, which I'm just saying, Master Distiller Patrick would be pretty cool.
I would vote for that.
Plus, it'd look really good on the YouTube channel when it's like in your description on who you are. You can be like Master Distiller at Rebecca Creek Distillery. That looks pretty good too. Marketing for Rebecca Creek, but more clout for you.
Right.
Currently out dropping off packages. Ship my brother a bottle and live from the patio. Another at Rebecca Creek. Let's go, man. I love delivering whiskey to people. That's one of my favorite things to do. Michael's got to get back to the grind. Enjoy work. We're going to continue to not work and day drink.
Pretty much.
Just freaking hanging out. It's nice.
It is. Oh, man, dude. Yeah, that mellow corn. Oh.
My kid slept the whole ride home, and I picked him up and put him back on the couch, and he fell right asleep. So he's all tuckered out. So I'm like, I got freedom right now to do some day drinking.
That's right.
I'm sure he'll wake up and I'll have to cut out real quick so I can go take care of him, but he'll be all right. And give him a bottle of milk. He'll be all right.
All right. That'll work. Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, man, these samples, that Bull Run was really good. That Watershed was okay. That Wyoming whiskey, that was kind of a meh one for me. It sucks because like anything that's a store pick, single barrel or not, is a toss up, and then being a single barrel makes it even more of a toss up because you could have a good store pick but have two different single barrels, and one barrel could be better than the other.
It's very true.
I don't know what the next move is. The next bottle I want to buy.
Yeah, I'm kind of stagnant right now. I mean, I know we talked about the 24. Like, if that bottle came out again, honestly,
I don't want to pay the $115 for it. I really don't. But because I'm a big Old Forester collector and I don't currently have one that has any kind of liquid in it, I'd probably get one just to have it on the shelf. But I wouldn't drink it very often. Kind of like my 1920, 1910 bottle. Those are the very first two offerings I bought from Old Forester, and I still have those same exact bottles still on the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd like to pick up probably one or two and have another one to drink, but kind of put the other one back just to see what happens with it.
Maybe you guys will still be on when I finish my 13-hour shift.
Yeah, this stream would make no sense at that point.
I actually do not own a King Ranch, Josh. Every time I would get a King Ranch, it would go to one of you guys that don't live in Texas. And then it didn't do so well here. King Ranch, in fact, they had 3 cases of it left, I believe, maybe more. At one point, they had several pallets of it. But the Total Wine, they shipped them back. They're like, we don't want this. It's not selling.
Yeah.
They only they lowered their price by $5. It was like $99 after taxes at first. Then it went out to $92 after taxes. We had a couple people that were dropping the first batch on secondary for less than that because they used to be $70. But I'm like, every time I got a bottle, I was sending it out. I don't know if I'll pick up another one anytime soon. Next time they drop it, I guess, if they can do a new release, if it's going to be a yearly thing, which it might become a yearly thing. I don't know. We'll see. As long as they don't go unreasonable on the price, I'll put one on my shelf.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. We have 10 at the rack house right now because it's using one of our cocktails, which doesn't make any sense, but you know.
Whoa.
All right.
Woo.
Spike.
That lit my tongue up.
Uh-oh.
Southern Collective, Return of the King, bottle 63 of 120, 137.9 proof.
Oh.
He said I better hold on to my hat. And man, that just sent my taste buds on a freaking wild ride of flavors. There's definitely some sweet tones in there, some sweet notes, some fruit notes, but holy cow, the proof and the spice on this thing and the oakiness, like, man, That was
Yeah.
very tart, but very exhilarating.
Huh.
Yeah, 90 to 120 here. Yeah, if you can get it for $92 out the door, that's $84.99. It's not terrible. A hazmat sample 141 proof JHM port finish from the Whiskey Shaman. The Whiskey
Ooh.
Shaman does have some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
He's a lot into the scotches though and the peated stuff, and I'm not really into the smoky stuff.
See, I don't mind the smoke. The peatedness is kind of where it kind of throws me off. I don't like that earthy note.
As long as it's balanced, is what I said. As long as it's balanced, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
The color on this is so freaking dark.
Golly.
Real dark red, amber color.
But would you buy a bottle of it?
That's tough. I mean, it's 137.9 proof. I bet whatever it is, it's probably pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like dark liquors? It's crazy though. Normally, when you think dark too, like you think high proof, which for bourbon it typically is, but there's been some American whiskeys that are well above hazmat that are still just as bright and light colored as the mellow corn that Jeff has.
Beautiful.
Well, we ran through our little gauntlet of 4 samples. Once we finish off this Glen, I will definitely do a fresh crack with you of the Evan Williams if you're ready for that. Otherwise, we'll crack the RD1 Maple.
Oh, I've got it right here. Let's put away the Willet Yellow Top real quick.
Ooh, wow. That lights the tongue up. We're about to be drinking 86.6 proof, and I was just drinking 137.9.
It's going to taste like nothing.
Big wax pull tab.
Hey, what bottle number is yours?
456 is the barrel number.
Yeah.
I don't see a bottle number. I see a barrel number.
Oh, barrel number, yeah.
456.
Oh, ours is the same one. It's got to be. Okay. And this is cover. Holy crap. How are you off?
Rip it and rip it.
Oh, dude.
Do a hefty Glen pour.
Dude, I keep the thing off. Ah. Oh.
I have low/moderate expectations for this bottle. The high expectations comes from all the reviews that I've heard people saying how it's good. The low expectations, the fact that it's Evan Williams and it's cheap.
Yeah, that's definitely darker than mellow corn.
I just need it to perform better than Evan Williams Bottled in Bond.
I think I have expectations of it doing better than that. It is definitely darker than that.
Ooh, the smell is very good.
It is.
Very earthy, very nutty.
It smells like fig. Like a sweet dried fruit. Huh.
Yeah, Loctard is 5 o'clock somewhere, buddy.
That's right. 5 o'clock right now.
Ooh.
Huh.
I don't know the story behind these Evan Williams vintages, but the smell is great. Good color too.
That's pretty good color.
Well, it's definitely no 137.9 proof. That's very smooth and easy to drink compared to what I was just sipping on.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It does have fruit notes, but it's like dried fruit notes, so it's not really sweet. It's very figgy.
Yeah.
That's not bad. pretty solid. I don't know how much I'd be willing to pay for a bottle of this. I think what we paid is just fine.
Yeah.
It was like $38 out the door for that bottle.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like for the price, like I could buy this again.
It definitely has a little bit more complexity than the Evan Williams bottled in bonds, from what I remember, but I don't think it has too much more than that. I mean, bottled in bonds 100 proof, so this is lower proof, but the flavors definitely more complex. It's very smooth, very easy to drink.
It is.
Can't find yourself buying anything under 96 proof? Well, you, sir, have not tried Michter's 10-year-old bourbon, because that stuff's like 94 proof, and that'll knock your freaking socks off. Then you'll understand why people pay $400+ on secondary for a 10-year-old bottle of Michter's that's not even 100 proof.
And you've clearly never tasted Howlerhead banana whiskey.
I'm also thinking you got Buffalo Trace, Blanton's, and Eagle Rare that are all under 96 proof as well.
And every time I see an Eagle Rare, I'm not leaving it for anybody. I'm buying it. So said I'm cheap.
This is good. I like this.
Pretty good. It's actually a really solid pickup. Like,
I mean, I saw a lot of people picking these up recently. I saw a lot of people posting them on secondary. I'm never one to buy something on a whim on secondary. I got to know something about it before I'm willing to pick it up. But knowing that they were dropping on our area is more of why I like to look at secondary, because I kind of see what's been dropping lately, because people put them literally on the secondary pages before they even leave the store with them. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I got to get another 107 because Locktar wants to trade his Blantons for a 107. And I was like, yeah, sorry, the 107 I just got, I'm not trading for a Blanton's, because I literally traded a Blanton's for that 107 to trade back for a Blanton's. It just doesn't make sense. But hey, that would be pretty funny.
Yeah. I'll tell you, next time they drop those Blantons over next to me, I'm probably going to go pick up one and see if my wife go pick up one. And someone wants to trade 107 for it. Yeah, I'll do that all day.
He wants a 107. He wants to trade he wants you to trade a Weller 107 for his Blantons, because he wants a 107.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Any 107 in my hand.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. If I get another one, I'll definitely be looking. I don't mind helping Locktar out, so
yeah.
I still need to get a package put together for him, because I got that Rebecca Creek double barrel whiskey, the silver label, the store pick. That's been discontinued. I got 2 of those that are sealed. One of them I want to send to Patrick, but the other one, I don't really have a person designated for that one yet, so we'll see what happens. 107 is better than Blanton's, Josh. Yes, that is true, but I do want to help out Mr. Locktar to help him get a 107 as well, because I'm sure he will much rather have that over a Blanton's. Finding one at MSRP too. If you're talking about 107, good freaking luck, man.
You got to know somebody. They got to hold it for you. I do have someone, however, that is probably about 30 minutes east of me that has a Specs out there, and the guy holds things for him. And he'll say he doesn't drink bourbon. And I'm like, well, if you find this bottle, let me know, and ask him for 2. So.
Yeah, there's certain bottles that if I see them, I pick them up with little to no hesitation. But lately, I haven't really been wanting to go hunting. I mean, I've been spending, and Tyler and I were talking about this the other night, the amount of money you spend on gas and your time and effort for a chance or a whim that they may or may not have an allocated bottle. I mean, the idea that people like watching bourbon hunt videos on YouTube, whether we do them live or actually make a video of it, I hate recording those videos. That's why I've been trying to do them live, because those are at least a little bit more intriguing and fun when I can interact with chat. Obviously, today we tried our landscape instead of portrait mode, and the chat kept disappearing on me, so I wasn't able to interact as much as I was like. And then I also had my kid that was pushing the stroller, plus we had employees staring at us because they don't like us recording there. So all those combinations make it even more of a hassle. But for me personally, live streams are the way to go, and bourbon hunting is kind of it's kind of a waste of time. Like if I have good intentions of going and getting a bottle that like is a shelfer, like this RD1 maple, like this will be something I'll go and look for because this isn't allocated. If they have it, they have it. If they don't, they don't. But I can go look for this. Hey, old pirate in the house. What is up, buddy? We haven't seen you in a long time. So these are the bottles I'll go hunting for. Or like the Natterjack. We were looking for Natterjack just in general, and we happen to find a mistake on the shelf. Like that's the kind of hunting that I'll do. If it's not that, I kind of stay clear of going out just because I feel like I'm wasting my time. I used to go and wait. Hey, William Hall, what's going on? We're doing some day drinking right now.
Right.
We used to hang out at Total Wine. We'd get there like 8 o'clock in the morning, wait 2 hours before the store opened, and we could get a pretty good position in line. Normally top 6, because if they have a case, that's going to be your best chances being number 6 through 1 to have a chance to get a bottle. But it's tough, man. It's tough because I went at 7:45 one morning and there was 13 people in line. And I'm like, I'm not going to get anything even if they had 2 cases.
Right, exactly.
So I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and get up earlier and earlier and earlier. Have to bring my kid with me half the time too, which I mean, no problem to him, but he just gets bored, especially to wait that long. Like it's not fair to him to go stand in line. I'm dumb enough that I'll wait in line for liquor, but my kid doesn't need to be that degenerate. So it sucks, but it is what it is. How was the Natterjack mistake? Well, Jeff was able to get a bottle as well.
Yep.
I found it to be very good, but it's very, and it even says on the bottle, heavily oaked. It is very oaky. But that being said, it's pretty low proof. It's below 100 proof, and even with it being as oaky as it is very smooth and easy to drink for what it is. So.
Yeah, for me, it's a bottle that I'm gonna drink. Have a cigar, but I have to have a sweeter cigar, and I think it offsets it pretty nice. But it's not one that I'm going to sit there and drink just as, you know. I think it's really good, but I feel like it needs to be paired with something.
So, yeah, there was a ton of oak on that bottle, but I was happy to pick it up for the price that I picked it up for.
Well, that was a true mistake.
The mistake was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to get that bottle, apparently, Josh. They weren't supposed to release it until today. And the price that they put it out for was also the wrong price. They were supposed to release it for about $15 more than what I paid for it. So,
yeah, but hey, you know, you had to come up. I just wish I would have known that was a true mistake because I would have just sent you the money and told you to go buy them all.
Hey, I just wanted to be fair. I just picked up the one, but I thought it was funny the fact that you were literally talking about, hey, I'm supposed to get the first bottle of it. And I'm like, Jeff hasn't said anything about it, and here it is on the shelf. I'm buying one of these.
Yeah, that threw some people through a loop, and some people are in a lot of trouble.
Hey, we're not trying to stir up shit and start the fight, but I did choose violence.
That's right. Well, it did pay off too, because it's the same distributor that got you that bottle that you got today. So,
yeah, we held that up. We'll hold that up again because, man, like, oh, what a beautiful bottle. Those of you guys that just joined chat, you want to see some freaking craziness?
Yeah, buddy.
We got that 13 Colony 15th anniversary in now, and this is a bottle number 1,550. It's a 139.2 proof whiskey.
That's hot.
Freaking beautiful. Good color on it. It looks really dark, but the double oaked batch 2 is even darker. Says flex. Locktar says I want that.
Yeah.
If you get monster money like that one guy, I don't want to mention his beer name for his bourbon channel. He gets massive money a month. He can afford to piss away a shit ton of money on hunting videos.
It's true.
That is true. I know who you're talking about. I got banned from his server. They reinstated me. I'm able to see his channel again, which I thought was hilarious. Why they banned me in the first place. I don't really have anything to say in that chat anyway. So like honestly, I wasn't really missing anything from being banned from it. I more so had fun seeing, because you guys can see if you hover over, if you're on computer, you put your mouse on Discord and you can hover over the different groups without actually clicking on them to join, and I can follow them all the way down. And if anyone has somebody that's online in voice chat, which doesn't look like anyone, not even my server has anyone in voice chat, it'll pop up with icons on the side with like the little speaking sign, and then you can click on that one and it'll tell you all the people who are on voice chat. And I like to see Brizzle's server because I can see that half the time my Discord group, out of the 116 members we have more people in voice chat almost any given time than Brizzle ever has, even on their big hangout nights.
It's pretty much, that's correct.
It's funny you say that. So those bigger channels, not only do you have to do super chat for them to even mention you, half the time they won't even mention you unless it's $20 or above for a dono. You could donate like $1 or $5 with a message, and like you get skipped right over, even though you sent the money. Then it's like, man, that's, you want to talk about being taken advantage of and taken for granted. You got community members sending you money through super chats, and you just straight up don't even read their message. Like, that's crazy. I try to interact with the chat as much as possible, and I understand if I ever get that big, it'll be very hard to keep up with. That being said, like a lot of my community members, they try to respond to you guys as well. So hopefully you're getting some kind of value and experience out of the community, not just me. But super chats, I don't care if it's two cents. Like, I'm going to take the time and effort to try to read out the message.
Right, exactly. No, that's yeah, you're right on that. Like, I don't understand chats. I'm driving just because like I don't want to be a dumbass and hit somebody, but like, yeah, same way, man. Try to read everything, and once you get that big, yeah, it kind of sucks, but that's what moderators are for. They're to be your communication while you're still doing it. So
yeah, superior community sharing, not about the money, about the shared experience. Yeah, I think some people, and unfortunately his group as well, are very money minded, which I get it. I mean, you got to make money to live and enjoy life, but I don't have to make money and use your guys' back to support mine. Like, I can have a good time and take in a little bit of money and be happy, or taking no money from this at all. I think my end goal, because right now my short term, and I say short term, it's become a short term goal now. It was my long term goal, was first tier monetization, which was 500 subs and 3,000 hours of watch time. We're very close to that. The next goal would be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within a 1 year period. So that'll be something that we'll be working towards for full monetization of the channel. But I think the new long-term, in-term goal is full monetization of the channel to a point where we make just enough money to help offset some of these hunt videos, or at least offset the samples. I like to give away a ton of stuff. We've been giving away stuff during the Discord hangouts. They're not announced. It's literally just spontaneous. I'm like, hey, we got 8 people in chat right now. I put all your names on a wheel. We're doing a giveaway right now. So whoever wins, you get a sample pack. So, and I've been letting you guys pick. I mean, I've been very generous as far as like, I'm not just throwing four bottles or sample bottles or whatever I've got at you guys. I'm letting you guys pick what you guys want and what you want to try, because for me, that's good whiskey is good whiskey, but the best whiskey for me is the whiskey that I share with you guys. I mean, the bottle I got today that we just held up the 13 Colony 15th anniversary, Jeff has a sample of it now. And I got that sample from Tyler. Tyler let me try it, and he purposely got the sample because he has a bottle of 13 Colony 15th anniversary. And he says, before you open the bottle, let's try this sample together and see if we actually like it, so we're not like wasting that money. Because you can obviously, you guys know what those bottles move for. You can get other stuff for that bottle if you really want to. So let's try it first. We really enjoyed it. And then I'm like, I have a bottle of it now. I don't need to keep the sample. I would much rather share that and continue pushing that forward. So that's why I gave that to Jeff, because unless you get a sample of it in the bar, which you won't ever be able to do while you're working, this is your best chance and opportunity now to be able to drink it and try it.
Yeah. I mean, unless my owner tell me that I have to drink it, which, I consider myself a good employee, and I will sacrifice doing that.
Beef Sam Bourbon just said it pretty well too. He's like, I sure as hell haven't made any money from my channel, but love my subs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thankful to make, it works, but.
Yeah, Locktar 65 hours. You're slacking. You should have already had Jeff's videos of his samples made.
What do you have?
Today's your off day. What are you doing, man? Why aren't you shooting right now?
Look, tell your wife, kid, you're going out for milk, and you'll be back.
We're so bad. Oh man, I've just had a long week.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. We've had a crazy, crazy week, but it's good now.
I'm still excited for you, man. I know it's still hectic. I know there's still a lot of stuff going on. I know you guys haven't had your official grand opening yet, but the amount of stuff that's come down the pipeline and straight funneled into your direction to where you have not just control over it, but like you have both hands on it.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, you're not just there as a manager. I mean, you're now the general manager.
Yeah.
And you're basically acting as a part owner. I mean, obviously the owners who have the finance, the money to support the business, they're the one who has the final say. But it sounds like they're more of asking you what your say is, and they're going off your word more than they are their own.
Yeah.
Even when I sat down and talked to them, just seeing how both of them were, one was definitely more straightforward and wanted to be vocal, and then the other one kind of was more behind the scenes, more of kind of hiding. But obviously, he has his more niche lawyer aspect because he was a lawyer before. His body language was very different than Kyle, but still great freaking dudes. And just to see how their personalities are very different, but how they're business partners, and then seeing how they have you like 100% involved in everything that's going on, all decisions, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's I appreciate it. It's a pretty good. They're just going crazy, and you know, one of them was sitting there when Stefan came in and brought your bottle to me in these double bags, and I was at the meeting with everybody, including Greenlight, and then Greenlight looked over the bag and goes, "Is that what I think it is?" And Stefan was like, "Nah, man, it's Twizzlers." Like, to see them know that like they got those bottles there, and he brought you, and then Kyle came over and goes, "I mean, so I want one." And then Stefan, like, I told him what he could do with them. And he's like, "Dude, I've never heard of these. No one's ever asked for them." He goes, "But do you know how much for online right now?" I said, "Yes, I'm very, very well aware. That's why this is a big fight." And he goes, "Well, dude, no one's even asked for it at any account. If you want all three, you can have all three. I don't care." So we got one for the store, one for him, and one for you. So, I mean,
so Kyle did get one?
Do what?
Did Kyle get one?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kyle got one, the restaurant got one, and I got the other.
Yeah. So
that's freaking awesome, man.
And there's more. I'm aware of how much more there is somewhere else. And when the time comes and some more deals need to be made, I'm definitely going to utilize that to my advantage and go, well, you know, I know what's in the office is someone's executive suite. So
I would definitely say if you have access to one of those bottles, if you wanted to like trump every other kid, like if you have a kid that actually falls in favor and you want to show that like, hey, you're number one in the household right now, that would be the bottle to upgrade them to, because I know you have a bottle for your kids.
Trust me, if we get one, I'd open it would replace one of my kids' bottles, no questions asked. Like,
we're really talking about the 13th Colony 15th anniversary Loctite.
Yeah.
When that bottle first hit the market, like they got them from the distillery, I saw them hit secondary at $1,200, and then they dropped down to $1,000, and then it slowly came down to below or right at the batch 2 price, which was $750, and now it's like they're sitting at like anywhere between $450 and $550 is where I see them sitting at. But I'm like thinking that's crazy because like this bottle's MSRP is like $169. I think we got charged like $173, $178, and then it, like after taxes, it was like almost $200 exact. And I'm like, that's still like the fact that a bottle trades for double or triple or even quadruple its MSRP is just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to pull some leverage with that. I mean, I just did a whole new menu, and they got all this. If you want more and you can bring one to me, I would really appreciate that.
Well, now we got to put together the next bottles to go for. I mean, I don't want to sit here and ask for favors every time, but I mean, I will say, and I'll continue to praise you for it. The one time you offer me something pretty crazy, and I turned it down because I thought for you it would be more valuable to you, the H. Taylor Barrel Proof, because I told you my honest opinion on it is, yes, it's a great bottle, but no, I would not open it and drink it. And I said, if I'm going to pull a favor, I want it to be for something that I plan to open and drink.
Yeah,
not something I plan to trade away. So for me, it's like you gotta have a favor for yourself. So now we're gonna find out like what's the best bottle we can try to find and get for you that's obtainable. Obviously, like for the while, it's starting to become more of a reality. But for a while, it was like no Pappy or BTAC was on the table. But now it's starting to look like that might be on the table. I think the Holy Grail, and this is very far out there because this would probably be the owners that would want this or the restaurant, but a double legal rare decanter series would be pretty freaking crazy if you got one of those.
So
Uh, especially because I don't know if you saw the title of this live stream.
Legendary Eagle Master.
Day drinking with the Fed and the legendary Eagle Master Jeff, because you've been typing Eagle on Wade's videos like crazy.
I know.
And I figured, we're going to try to trigger the algorithm and get some more people in here with Legendary Eagle Master, because Legendary Eagle is actually a rank in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I actually had someone reach out to me that's in our community yesterday, and there's actually a double eagle rare in Houston that someone's looking to sell. It's below max secondary, but it's still too high for me to want to buy. I told him he's going to have to come down another $4,000, and I'd probably think about it. That would be like the Coupe de Gras bottle. Like that would, I don't know, that would be like after all my kids are out of the house and just me and my wife are here, and then like we'll open and share it with you and your wife and a bunch of other people. Yeah,
even at MSRP, like the out the door price on that's like $2,216, I believe, or something like that. That's at MSRP.
Yeah, MSRP is $1,750.
Well, I thought it was 2,000, so I was mistaken.
But it's still, close.
I've seen it go as high as $10,000, and that's confirmed sales.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's a bottle I would love to have. I've watched a couple people. I know.
Lockhart says you need Eagle Rare 17 for all the Eagle comments. He deserves it.
I would love to, I really would, but those are the crazy bottles that like. Now, do I think I'm going to get any BTAC this year for myself? It depends on how much we sell. But do I think in 2 years, after we've got at least one other store open, if not two stores open, do I think I'm going to get one? I know I will. I know for a fact I will. I'll be.
This first year, just to solidify the deals and to continue to make the bond, everything's got to be with the restaurant and the business in mind. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to make sacrifices on bottles that you've been offered, even from Stefan, directly to you, and you've said no. This is for the restaurant. You're gonna have to continue to say that, and that's some of those are gonna be very tempting to say yes. I want that for myself, but at the same time, it's like the relationships. And I'll say it time and time again, whiskey's great. I love whiskey, but it's the conversations that come with the whiskey that are more enjoyable. So in order to have conversations with people, you got to have relationships with them. And unfortunately, that means sacrifice. And I think a lot of people forget that. There's definitely a lot of people that are in the community that are not there to support and not there to share, but are there to take and to reap the benefits in all aspects and more.
No, absolutely.
Integrity matters more. Locktar just said it pretty nice, summed up in 3 words. And I think people do forget that the whole idea of what goes around comes around. It's like if you take care of people and do the right thing, eventually you hope that they're going to take care of you. Locktar's a pretty good example of that with his new job, because he had lost his, regaining a new job with Rebecca Creek, almost losing that job as well. And for them to be like, hey, we've never done this before. We normally just let people go, but we're going to go ahead and hire you in at this position, is another one of those things where your integrity definitely matters more, and your work ethic and your excitement and enthusiasm towards the business as a whole. Even if you don't have, and I hate to say don't have any skin in the game. You do have skin in the game, blood, sweat, and tears. It pays the bills. But I meant like ownership. Like when you own it, like it's a different mentality. People work a lot harder for a business they own. That's why you'll see guys working 6 or 7 days a week, 12-hour days for something they own, versus no one's going to go to work 6 to 7 days a week, 12 hours a day for someone else so they can make a fortune while you're making pennies.
Exactly. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's a thing, and that's what they believe in. So yeah, it was a hard pass, because I've been, believe it or not, like when we were sitting, I got your bottle, and I said, hey man, I know it's a weird question, because I asked my rep, I go, hey, when do you guys get Willet Purple Tops? And he's like, I've seen a couple of them, but I don't think we have any. And when he brought your bottle, and I go, hey, like weird question, but like when I get a Willet Purple Top, do you think I could get it? And he goes, yeah, you want it for you? Like that's the first thing out of his mouth. And for me to go, no, for the store. He goes, yeah, either way, it doesn't matter. Like, I could have had one in my hands for $3.30 and it would have been my bottle. But to see that bottle go on the shelf and then we post it on our social media and people are blowing it up going, how much for a pour? How much for a pour? How much for a pour? Like, wait, you have this? You actually have this? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to screw people. I know I'm going to get at least 2 or 3 more this year. $60, 1 ounce. We don't sell 1.5. We don't sell 2 or doubles. It's $60 an ounce. If you want it, it's yours. You know, and like,
People might think that's crazy to pay $60 for a 1 ounce pour, but let's talk about BTAC. I know restaurants that charge $75 for a 1.5 ounce pour, and that's a $150 MSRP bottle.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen a Willet Purple Top go for below $350. I believe the MSRP on them is $200. I could be mistaken on that, but on secondary, I don't see them go for less than $500. So
yeah.
if you're talking $60 for a 1 ounce, yeah. So Josh said, I was talking to a guy who gets all Walmart allocations from one store. Guy said he has every hard to get bottle and multiples. He has a room full of it, and it's all bottles unopened. Whiskey is meant to be drank.
I agree.
And see, that's where we get to how I really feel. I have a crap ton of bottles. I give away a ton of bottles, so even though I have so many, I do have less than 100 bottles. Some of you guys definitely own more bottles than me, but I've given away so many because I can't drink it all. And I don't want to be like what this Josh is talking about. I don't want to be this guy that has a room full of bottles that are unopened. All the bottles I have, and we counted the other day, we've picked up a few more since then, but we have about 93, 94 bottles. And out of those bottles, 90 of them are opened. Every bottle we have, we pretty much open. I mean, we just picked up a few today. Like, this one's unopened. Well, give me 5 minutes and I'll open it here in a second. We're day drinking. We're enjoying it. And guess what? Just because I'm enjoying it doesn't mean you guys don't get to enjoy it. Anytime I have an open bottle, I share it.
Absolutely.
I said, you know, and I'll say it time and time again. I was told, hey, you need to have a bottle for yourself that you don't share. If you do share, it needs to be people who are local. I've ignored that, guys. I've sent out Garrison Brothers hazmat that I was supposed to keep for myself. That was my birthday celebration bottle. I sent samples of that out. Thomas H. Cheney, my very first BTAC bottle, which, I mean, if you guys want to get BTAC, I mean, Jeff doesn't even have a bottle of BTAC yet. I've sampled that out. I've sent so many samples of that. I've sent out multiple samples of that. And that was my very first bottle. I'm like, I don't care. I really don't. Like, yeah, it's gonna hurt when the bottle's gone because, like, honestly, like I kept the paper, I kept the receipt, I kept everything because it's like I got it like 2 days before Christmas. Like, there's just so many sentimental things about it. But at the end of the day, it's a whiskey and it's meant to be drank and enjoyed. And the best way for me to enjoy it is to have you guys try it. And I hope that if I send you samples, I hope they find you well. And I hope that if you're in my Discord, we have a tab called bottle reviews. If you guys can just leave a review on the samples or the bottles that you get, whether that's from me or another community member, I think those are very valuable for other people to help them decide if they want to spend the money and buy the bottle. But it also helps me have the insight if you try something that I've never had to persuade me to buy it.
Exactly.
If I buy something, I'm sharing it.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. Like, now, I mean, I'm on a different, you know, level, obviously, and have access to more shit. But like, for myself, I choose not to do those things.
You're on a whole new level now. I want you to understand your playing field. You are no longer little league peewee. You are major leagues.
Yeah, like, just to ask for Elmer T. Lee to show up and then $12 a pour for it. Like, have fun. I don't care. You know, like,
Torup's in chat. Torup, I will make a note right now, so don't forget. I know you sent me an email, sir. I will actively pour up samples for you tonight before we go live. So let me go ahead and add you to the list so we make sure you get taken care of. Check email. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a cool thing. Like, now I've got bottles that, like, I'm not going to open, obviously, for my kids, but they'll be open one day. I definitely don't have any. Well, I have one in bottle, and it's the stupidest thing ever, but like, I know people are going to go crazy about it because it's that Fireball one of the an aged Fireball.
Barrel aged Fireball is freaking hilarious to me.
Yeah, but I know for a fact that the batch one, some idiot in 10 years is going to go, I'll give you $500 for it. And I'm like, all right, cool.
So Lockhart just said it better than I could say it because this is the same exact crap that I do. So Tyler has 13th Colony 15th anniversary. He has bottles of it, and he paid for a sample, and he shared that sample with me. So he got a sample, shared it with me, and then I shared that sample from Tyler to me to Jeff. So samples definitely get passed down.
They do.
He also shared with me a WFE, which is the Willett Family Estates. If you guys didn't know, a 10-year purple top. It's the 2022, if I remember right. Scorched Earth. It's like the Planet Series. I didn't care for it, but we tore that sample up quite a bit. So I gave the rest of that to Jeff, and I feel bad because it's probably like maybe a quarter an ounce or half an ounce. It's very, very little. There's not a whole lot in there. But I'm like, hey, he has, it's a 2-ounce bottle. And there's like maybe like 0.75 or 0.5 or even 0.25 of an ounce. But the thing is, there's less than an ounce in there. So it's like, even though we enjoyed that sample, we still wanted to try to share a purple top with, I mean, Jeff's going to get one little tiny sip of it and it's going to be gone.
Yeah. Like, I got to try the one that we got in because you drink it first after paying for it. And like I told you, I've had WOW from last year. I've got Pappy 15, that was shared by Bob and all that. And those are phenomenal. They're amazing. But to me, and again, whiskey is everybody's palate. To me, it's the best, but it's the best bourbon I've ever drank in my life. The single greatest that I've ever had. And like, I search for that bottle. Now, I get one, at the end of June, hopefully when I go see Matt. But that particular one, I see it for like 450. Like, bonus, I've already got a nice raise. Like, I may just end up purchasing it because to me that was the coup de grace of everything, and I want to be able to share that with my kids and the people around me, when they get old enough. So
there we go. I haven't heard from Cutlass in a really long time. He's in chat. Exactly. If you're not holding for a special occasion or a special memory, why do you have it? I take a couple bottles a week to the cigar lounge I go to. Sharing is caring. Now, sorry, sounded strange. If you're going to take bottles to a bottle share, your expectation should be that you're not taking that bottle home. It's going to be gone. Yeah. So if you have a small gathering where people come to you, that's where you can be a little bit more stingy. Where what I do is I put whiskey out on the table. Anything that's on the table, as much as you want, bottle kill if you like. I don't care. Other bottles I keep in the back on the shelf. I'll pour those up for you, or I'll take you back in there and I'll let you pour your own. Be courteous is all I ask. And then I have other bottles that they're locked in a cabinet. They're not accessible to you. Or I tell them if it's sealed, which I have very few sealed bottles, they're off limits as of right now. Because like you said, if you're not holding for a special occasion or a special memory, unfortunately, if they're sealed, it's typically for a special occasion or a special memory. Yeah. So that's just my take on it.
I agree.
There we go. One of the new subscribers to the channel. He popped in during one of our live hunt videos. Take a bottle of Club 400 so you can guarantee to bring most of it home.
Dude, I'm bringing 3, Willett Yellow Tops, and people are just going to enjoy it.
All the mellow corn you can have.
Oh, man. I should have bought that stupid gun of tequila. I really want it now on my shelf.
I don't know. I think it's too cheesy when you have alcohol that has like bottles or decanters that are the shape of firearms. I think that's the dumbest thing ever. I don't understand people that buy those and use those to serve their alcohol. It's so trashy and very like low class, low income. Like that's my absolute most hate that I can put on those people that have it. Because the other factor is like people still buy them. Otherwise, why would they sell them? But
I absolutely agree with you.
I don't think they're good display pieces.
I'm not disagreeing with you, which is why I'm going to go buy both. So
there we go. Locktar just mentioned, now I want a whiskey AR just to put behind me on the videos.
I've seen the AR, the AK ones, and those look sick.
I just can't get behind it.
All right, guys. So if you didn't know, this year for Christmas, we're going to be buying and doing a collective stream to make sure that RJ has every single gun or tequila or vodka.
Please don't.
Oh, it's already happening. You've already said it. Now I'm buying them.
They're only good to look at. They suck at pouring. So even if I get them, I can't even use them to pour them from.
Exactly.
I know what he's talking about. He says they have a tank. It's literally the shape of a tank, and it pours out of the cannon.
The one they had, it said "Made in Ukraine," and it's an Uzi.
They also have another one too. It's like a truck with the missile, and the missile's able to arch, and it's a bottle. I'm like, who's buying this? It's like literally like a SAM turret mounted to a truck.
Why do I feel like I start a whole new YouTube channel?
It's a gun tube channel, but it's about whiskey as well. Revolvers, AR, and AKs. The one we went to also had like 1911s and Uzis today.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die laughing at that.
Oh, there we go. We got someone that actually has some of them. He's like, I have the AK, AR, revolver, pistol, sniper rifle, 50 BMG, mortar round, grenade bottles saved on my Amazon list. He's ready to buy.
Oh, I'm so down.
Locktar says we're getting RJ loaded for Christmas. Please do not buy me any of those.
If you don't know RJ, you can send them to my house. I will bring them straight to him. That is what we're doing.
Oh my goodness. I do like the decanters I picked up, even though one of them is freaking uranium glass and is like super like vibrant green under black lights. But the decanters I picked up that are solid crystal, I think those are more classy and more presentable. One of the ones I picked up is actually very similar to the decanter that you have your benchmark single barrel foolproof in.
Yeah, that one's actually old. Like that's real crystal. And I'm surprised my wife just let me start putting stuff in it, but I mean, whatever.
I bought these from an antique store. The guy had several of them. I picked up 3 of them for a discounted rate because he was actually at his booth. And then I picked up one from another booth that I thought looked pretty cool. So
very nice.
I haven't used any of them because we want to do a lead test kit, so I'm not ingesting lead.
Yeah, but that would make for a heck of a stream.
There we go. But I also have a penis decanter with penis shot glasses saved on the same list because it's so stupid.
Oh my gosh.
I know exactly what he's talking about. Matter of fact, in my Discord, underneath the welcome, if you scroll up a little bit, there's a picture of the how Ohio State fans drink their wine, and it's literally a penis decanter with some wine glasses. And Mark Duffy posted, "What is this? What is this decanter?" And spelled dick like decanter. I'm gonna type it out in chat so you guys can see it. This is what Mark Duffy responded to. I was like, "What is this decanter?" Oh my goodness! Who buys decanters when they come with booze? Just reuse the cool ones. I've only seen a couple bottles that are decanter bottles, and most of them are glass bottles, but I don't ever see them here at a reasonable price. The one that I would definitely be willing to buy and pick up, and maybe that's Jeff's next favor to me, is to get one of these in Texas, because I don't really see them here except for the Total Wine Grand Reserve Lottery is the only time I've ever seen them even on a list. Those old Fitz decanters.
No, we could probably find one pretty easily. That would probably be a no question ask.
I don't see them here very often. Total Wine, their Grand Reserve Lottery is the only time I've ever seen them on a list.
Huh. Let's see if we can find one on Amazon.
Locktar says his whole wife's side of the family are Ohio State fans. You'll have to show him that picture. It's in the welcome chat of the Discord.
That's too funny.
Well, we finished that hefty pour of Evan Williams. We were trying some Ben Holiday last night. We're going to try a different Ben Holiday today. We got this soft red wheat. It's a single barrel high V store pick, 122.5 proof. And then we got one other pick that I want to try from a subscriber. Matter of fact, if he's still in chat for reels, if he's not working today, these were from him. He sent me a Sagamore double oaked, a Ben Holiday soft red wheat, 1 barrel, 1 whisk, 120.2 proof pick. And then the last one that we'll try is a Central Standard 119.9 proof. It's a cabin strength Woodlands store pick.
Ooh.
Look how big the sample bottle is, too.
Dude, that's massive.
Like, here's a 2-ounce one beside it for comparison, and you see how big it is beside it.
That's nutty, man.
The stuff some of you guys send me, like, I can't thank you guys enough. Like, The idea of try before you buy that I always preach to people, it just comes true when you guys send me some crazy stuff, whether it's store picks or just bottles I haven't ever tried before. I should buy this one for the allocation drop this month. I will drop a link in Discord. Dual pistols with a belt holster and a 6X cowboy boot shot glass on the belt. Now we're interested. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he did post it. He posted it in chat right now. It's in the whiskey chat.
Oh,
I'm
really?
literally opening it up on another tab right now. It's $60.
Wait, how much?
It's $60. It comes with 6 shot glasses that are boots. It comes with the 2 pistols, and it comes with a belt, so you can put your shot glasses and your freaking decanter pistols on the belts.
I need that so bad. Why do I need?
I have a feeling it's gonna be that cheap Chinese made crap, but it's the fact that it has like the freaking holster. It said it's a belt holster, but at the same time, it also looks like one of the over the shoulder rigs. That's hilarious. It shows a guy in the picture. He has both of them, and he's pouring 2 shots at the same time from both pistols.
Oh gosh, I need this in my life.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
So, dual pistol decanter comes with a steel case like a Hitman, and 4 shot glasses that are in the shape of little pistols. Yeah, I need this in my life.
It's hilarious on what people come up with to make for like products. Like, oh,
It really is, but they're so stupid. I think Spurs said it. And yeah, all the dumb crap that they come up with, and I want to buy it all. So
I just want to know if Tater Dom's still in chat and ask when the next barrels are coming my way. I think I got 2 more of these barrels coming my way.
dude, they
These
went
are so freaking cool. Next time I'm going to put it in the cup holder so we don't break a Glencairn now.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I felt so bad because I'm like, I still have to do a rack house stream, and I'm like, I'm not going to take one of those Glens that's for the group to give away for myself.
Okay, so how about an AK that comes with 3 shot glasses and 1 is a grenade?
I can't get behind any of that crap, man.
All right. Well, you're getting one of these for Christmas, so I'm gonna have to put them behind you. There's a 3-tier set that comes with a shotgun, a SCAR, and an AR.
So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it at Specs. I think they have a cowboy hat decanter.
I saw the tequila one. That one was dope.
I'm gonna dump the tequila out, but we'll use that.
And you have to wear it around when you do live streams.
It's gonna have the liquid sloshing around as I move my head. And when I'm like, I'll just go like, "Howdy, partners!" I pour my drink.
Oh yes, please.
We need to look for a wearable cowboy hat, not just a cowboy hat decanter, but a wearable cowboy hat decanter.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so dope.
Hey, Les, we're day drinking. It's my Saturday, so I don't have anything better to do.
Very.
I've had 4 samples, or I said had. I've tried 4 samples. Just tried another 2 samples actually, and now we're going to be moving to our last sample, and then I'll probably move to this RD1. We picked up a couple bottles today. Tater Dom said, "Soon, RJ. Sorry, bro. The filament has been replenished, but I haven't had a chance to print just yet. No worries, no worries. I'm overly excited, especially because he made these barrels, and I was super excited to get one. But then I was like, I want a stand so these will hold them. Like, have you seen the Rick houses, how they have the stands for the barrels? And I sent him a profile picture of one of them, and I said, make this happen, or can you make this happen? And it's like the next morning he had printed 2 different prototypes that were both functional and ready to use. I was like, this is freaking awesome. Like, I need these now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Well, if you're doing a sample, I want to do a sample. I'm drinking Purple Top just because I want to.
I was about to say that's all that's left. That's all that's left. 10-year Purple Top. It's not much, but it's something. To give you a heads up, I don't want to spoil it for you, but just so you can get on the right flavor profile, cinnamon.
I know the other one had cinnamon too that we have at work. And,
It's like red hot cinnamon. So
oh,
like the hot tamales can't eat that kind of cinnamon. So just to mentally prepare yourself so you're not down.
oh,
This thing is live, Craig. We are day drinking, brother.
yeah, buddy.
You're dreaming. Go back to sleep. You guys are not in that bad weather today, are you? No. Yesterday we had like severe rain. The day before it was even worse, and we had flooding and everything. But today it's like sunshine and rainbows.
Dude, this is so good.
John says, "All right, I'm done working for the day. Where's the Pappy 29.973?" No, we don't have any of that today, but we do have a Willet Yellow Top.
We do have Willet Yellow Top, guys. One and only Willet
Yellow corn.
Willet Yellow Top. Can't go wrong.
I want to do a sample, but I got to go to work in an hour. Don't think the Acme Bomb factory wants me working with any alcohol in my system. That's actually something that I did want to bring up. I will have to be very more like careful and cautious. Mondays and Tuesdays are my days off. Sundays and Monday nights will probably be the only 2 nights that I can drink and drink heavily. They started doing random drug tests again. We're not on any drugs, so we're not worried about that. But they do a breathalyzer, and I don't want to blow anything over a 0 because I can, in fact, lose my job over failing a drug test. So the night before work, we can have a couple pours, but we got to cut that off at no later than, I would say, 1 a.m. would probably be the latest, and then after that, we gotta stay sober because we don't want to jeopardize our career.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the other thing too, guys. Like even in the industry I work around alcohol, and
90% corn, 10% malts, but close.
Yeah, he's getting a Van Winkle Lot C. Yes, I'm getting a Van Winkle Lot C. I'm trying to track it down right now.
DoD contractor? No, I work for DHS. I'm a behavioral detection officer.
And I am just an asshole. So.
Is that the random test you get called in for every other week? No, but we haven't been tested in over 5 years. So the fact that they started doing these again, I do think they do want to have actions brought against people if they do fail it. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, even the industry I'm in, guys, like we can't have alcohol in our systems now. No one can test us, but if, federal ABC, we can get screwed on.
You never know who's sitting in and watching too. I mean, you guys have like random people that come in and check to make sure you're in compliance with TABC.
Yep.
And if they see you over here sampling and tasting all the drinks before you hand them out to customers, and then they start seeing you stumbling around, it's like, it doesn't look good.
Exactly. That's why we've got a policy where, like, the samplers, obviously the reps bring stuff in all the time. I've got a rep coming in tomorrow. We're going to sample some stuff. It's less than 1/8 of an ounce. I get 2 of those. The rest of it gets dumped into a cup. It's to get the flavor profile. Is if I want to sell it, if it's going to work good, and if it's not, we're done.
Which I want to thank you again, and I want you to continue doing it. If you see us in Discord, or you want to send me a text or call me or send me a picture of the bottle, I love that you ask us, hey, have you guys ever heard of this? Here's the rep right here in my store. I'm trying this right now. Should we rep it? Because even if you taste it and try it and you're like, not my profile, like if we hear enough good things about it, that tells me it's somebody's profile that would buy it, which is potential business. Exactly. So the idea that like I don't want you to lose out on business just because you don't like it, but your customers might, is nice to have multiple opinions. So I thought that was really cool, and I really appreciated that.
And my owners are sitting there while I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm calling in other people to get an opinion because it shows them I'm not coup de grace, know everything.
Yeah, no, I mean you don't have to be, but the cool part is like you just popped in Discord that one day, and you're like your owners are right there, and you're like on video chat showing me the bottle. And I'm like, I've heard good things. I haven't tried it. Or I'll be like, oh, I have tried that. I really like that.
Yeah. No, and it is. And matter of fact, the Jeff the Creek stuff, we brought every single bottle in. Greenlight did 2 barrel picks of it. We are getting those from Applejacks, and Jeff the Creek wants us to come do a barrel pick. We don't have to wait in line.
Hell yeah. I did see Jeff the Creek on the storefront the other day for like $47. I didn't pick it up, but when you asked about it, I'm like, man, maybe I need to pick one of these up to try. I thought they were more expensive.
Yeah, there's some that are like $80, $90, but like they're daily.
The $90 ones is the one that I probably saw then, because the one I saw the other day was like $40-something.
Yeah, I like their weed one the best. I thought that was good. White and blue one, it's bloody butcher corn, red corn, yellow corn, and then blue maize corn, and it got a whole different profile. It's nothing I've ever tasted before, but like I don't hate it at all. So
So Locktar said none of our community really drinks to get drunk. It's all about good flavors and experiences. And a couple of people that drink to get drunk, but for the most part, yeah, it's drinking for flavor.
Yeah, and there's some people that go too far, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been one of those people that I've made that mistake one night when me and Riley decided to bottle chug allocated bottles for no reason. That was stupid, but
And some of us get into a dark place in life. I mean, I had one in the chat the other night. I mean, the guy's struggling. Like, he just needs someone to talk to. And it's like, unfortunately, he was too inebriated to really cry out and explain what he's actually asking for. He just really didn't even care if we heard or listened. He just wanted to say it out loud. So,
yeah,
as crazy it was, as many people as he ran off in chat, he just wanted support.
yeah. And then the next day he jumped in. We just asked him how his day was and everything. We didn't bring it up. It's just being there for each other. The thing about it.
I don't think our facility has had a random in over 10 years.
Do what?
I'm confused.
Me too.
I think he's referring to my work. We don't do random either. That's why we put that in parentheses. We just do extra screening. Some of these guys get absolutely fucking shafted. Oh, he's talking about the drug test. He doesn't get random in over 10 years.
Yeah.
Their drug tests. Yeah, they're not. Most of them aren't random. I'm sorry. We're talking about drug tests. I'm back on track. I'm tracking. Hooah. So yeah, in over 10 years, yeah, 5 years for us. I've never been random drug tested. I had my entry drug test, and then they stopped drug testing when I joined, and then now they're back on it again. So I'm expecting this next week when I go to work, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I'll probably have to go down and do a piss test and a breathalyzer. I don't care. I mean, I have nothing to hide. I don't do drugs or narcotics, but I was very intrigued when I heard about it. So I had asked questions because I was like, man, like I don't want to blow over 0.00 because even 0.01 tells me that I've had alcohol in my system, and for them that can be enough to have conversation.
Yep. I mean, that's what I tell people too. Like, especially, in the line of industry I'm at, it's like, hey, you don't have to be work till 3. Why are you taking a shot at 11 o'clock in the morning? Even if it's just one, what's the purpose? Wait till you get off, relax, have your.
I'm gonna put you front and center. We're gonna go take care of our kid real quick, and then I'm going to be right back.
Oh, sounds good. Well, guys, welcome to the Drizo Nation show. Today we're going to be talking about yellow crayons versus purple crayons, and why submarines don't have a palate. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. But anyway, guys, yeah, no. Today was a fun day. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, kind of like the whole drug testing thing. It's man, it's no joke. We I'm obviously in an Eagle Nation. Doc, I love you. But even in purple is definitely superior. But if I'm going to throw orange in there less, orange reigns king all the time. So you can't trust the people that like red. They're a little crazy, and typically they are either saw gunners, most likely. So, but yeah, that even for me, guys, like, dude, I have a policy. Like, dude, I'm not going to go, like, when I was a server and bartender, when I was like 22, 23 years old, and we did doubles, did we go next door and have drinks? Yeah, we did. Was it stupid? It was stupid, but that was kind of the mentality of how it is, and being in a high management position, all eyes are on you, and you have to set the example. For me, it's my day off. I'm going to drink. I'm going to have fun. When I wake up in the morning before I go to work, I'm not going to take a shot. I'm not going to, pack a booze handle to put in my pocket. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to do my job. Now, do I have a rep coming tomorrow? Absolutely. I'm going to taste 1/8 of an ounce of it. So I know the aroma, I know the smell, I know the taste, I know what it could and could not mix with, and I know if it's just meant to be drank straight, and if I want to bring it in. At the end of the day, it's part of my job. But I'm always making sure that I'm eating before it and I'm drinking water during it and after it. Because at the end of the day, I have to make some decisions. So that being said, guys, yeah, we are kicking RJ off the channel. He is voted off the island, and it's our decision.
We'll just say the small guy. We'll leave it like this. It's now the
Jeff. Oh, you're funny, dude. But yeah, no, that's just kind of what I was like. Yeah, and like Les just said, don't give people an excuse to fire you. There's a lot of things that have gone on, especially in my short stint at this place. And one thing no one can bring to me is ethical or morality issues, because I have none.
Doc's jealous of us because we're over here day drinking while he's working.
That must be rough.
Videos are now in SFW.
Right.
So Locktar made a comment about being like a master taster. Question. Not my place to invite him. This will be your place to invite him. But I know what my mom's schedule is now, so we just got to pick a date that'll work best for us. Obviously, we're looking at a Monday. Yellow Rose.
Yeah.
That puts us south. That puts us a lot closer to Locktar. Maybe he can come join us for that, depending on how many spots they have for us. Because normally they have groups of 8 to 10 people that do those tastings, sometimes less, sometimes more.
Right now, we only have
how many?
6.
6 of us right now. Is it going to be you, me, both owners?
All 3 owners.
All 3 owners.
Yeah.
And who else?
And we might bring. Well, no, that's you. So it's only 5.
Okay.
But if we go to, here's the thing. So we have a Buffalo Trace single barrel coming to us, to the store. We don't get to, because they took it from somebody else. Not going to name names. But that'll be here, right? But in February, they want us to go out to Buffalo Trace Distillery and pick our barrel. Now, depending on how much we end with in the year with sales, depending on how much Applejack's ends in the sales, Stefan is going to go with us. So him and then my 2 Buffalo Trace reps. Okay, one is his boss and one is my direct rep. Mm-hmm. They're good friends of mine. They're good people. They have actually never been to the distillery.
Are you talking about the guys that look like Cheech and Chong?
Yes.
Let's go. Those guys are freaking awesome.
They're hilarious. I love them. Like, they're funny. Like, I just keep hounding them. I'm like, so Weller Antique 107 Unchilled Unfiltered barrel? Let's keep shooting for the moon, Jeff. And I'm like, okay, well, chilled and filtered then? I don't give a shit at this point. Like, but
we're off today. I see Craig's in chat, and then his buddy Michael Emrod is in chat as well, saying, "Hey guys, I'm late to the party. We're day drinking, but good to see you. Good to see you."
Yeah. So the plan is to take all of us and to go to Kentucky basically, and go to the Buffalo Trace Distillery, and in February to pick our own barrel out. So, but while we're doing that, here's the thing: is this is going to be like a 5-day trip, because when we go out there, the Jephthah Creek Distillery is like 10 minutes down the street from it, and so we're going to go do both barrel picks in one go.
Okay. So
it's going to be a pretty big deal.
Are we talking about next year for that?
Yeah, next year, like in February.
February? Okay. The soonest, I say the soonest, the latest I need those dates by, I want to say is the end of October.
Oh, I'll be able to get that for sure.
Okay. Because I bid for my vacation a week at a time, and I get 3 weeks and 5 days of vacation. But I bid the year before in like November is when we bid for vacation. So if I can guarantee that week, I can then start finding childcare and figuring out, or if my wife and kid want to come with me, we'll make that happen too. But I don't know if they're going to want to go with me or not. But
yeah, I told my wife, like, hey, this go around, like, I'm going to go just with the owners and RJ and whoever else. But the one that we do next November, I want to make it as a vacation for my family, and I'll go do that business, during the day for like 6 hours, and then we'll just go tour and do whatever. But
sounds like Doc and Craig want to go. February's his birth month, and is I want to go.
So Craig and Michael can definitely come if they want to. You're not allowed to ask for any stags ever again, basically.
No more stags, Michael. Or if you're buying stag, it's at triple the price.
Oh man, yeah, we have a great thing. My thing is my owners trust me, and they know that one of them drinks bourbon, the other one likes bourbon. They know I have a taste for bourbon. And my thing, like I just told you, is I don't have all the answers. I'm not the best there is in this business.
I'm not either by any means.
Well, I want to take people with me that have that palate too, that can really pick it out and go, this is the one,
Josh said we're going to do a duck race to see who gets to go with us.
It's actually a really great idea, because Buffalo Trace are paying for the entire thing.
So they're going to have slots then. So
yeah, that's definitely going to be I think a birthday bourbon equivalent duck race.
Tater Don wants to go as well. Might be the one time to see him and actually hand him and deliver him stuff, since he doesn't like to accept stuff.
Right. I mean, to be fair, Tater Dom, talk because my owners really like your barrels and would be willing.
Yeah, Tater Dom. In case you didn't know, because we showcased them behind your back, we took the Glen toppers and we took the barrel and the barrel head, and we went and showed it to the owners of the rack house so that way they could see your work.
I was born again in February.
You can pick me up in Memphis on your way through.
Listen, if we're stopping to pick Les up, we're forcing Adam. We're kidnapping him from his job and taking him with us, and we're handing him every bottle.
We're going to hog time and throw him in the bed of the truck.
They're like, what are you guys doing? Don't worry, he's a YouTuber. And just
go. He has no choice but to bring his trash pallet to the table.
That's right. That's right.
You know, we haven't talked to Carl, so we don't know what the mystery sample 2 is. But Carl's mystery sample 1 is a Stag store pick, 129.6 proof.
Oh, gosh.
And I didn't think it was Stag when I first drank it. It was very, very different, very unique. We're going to pour a little bit more up since we've had a few drinks to see if we can get on board with this, though.
Okay, apparently Adam's going to like it. And apparently Les is okay with being tied up, too. He just offered that up. So
I used to ride in the back of the truck. Bring back memories.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it's going to be amazing. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, Yellow Rose, I looked at a couple of their bottles. It seems like, hey, what's going on, Will? It seems like a lot of their stuff is like pushed by Total Wine, and it looks like some of their stuff Spirits Direct, which is very concerning to me. But as a smaller distillery, the best thing for marketing to make money is to partner with a big box store to push your product.
Yeah.
So as much as I hate Total Wine and their Spirits Direct program, it makes sense. But for me, it's like I'm very skeptical to go do that pick with you guys because I know why I'm going, but I also I won't be easy. Like if I don't like something, I'm not going to be one of those guys that says, well, it's not my palate, but someone who likes XYZ might enjoy this. I'm going to be like, no, this is shit. I would never buy this and sell this. Like, I'm going to be so freaking biased. I'm going to feel like such an asshole.
Should be, because that's what he's told me. He goes, yeah, if it's shit, we don't want to sell it. Like, that's the whole reason of you with us. Like, they're on board for that. Like, you know, but the thing is nobody has ever had a cash strength of Yellow Rose. It doesn't exist. Yeah.
Well, that's why when I was asking, I was looking at the offerings, and you had mentioned cash strength. So when I was looking, I was like, they don't have a cash strength offering for anything. I said the only thing that piqued my interest, and I've seen it a couple times, was the Outlaw. And then you said Outlaw, and I was like, oh, so he is talking about that. But I'm like, that's not cash strength. And it's like, now that you're asking, it's like, okay, you're asking to do something outside of the box and do something that they don't offer currently, but would be a new bottling. So that would be more exciting, because it's like, if anyone did enjoy the Outlaw, the whiskey enthusiast would probably very much appreciate a cash strength version.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm thinking it is, because I guarantee you those barrels of Outlaw, probably 112 to 118 proof, but they're watering it down, obviously, to get more yield out of it. We know how the business works, but
yeah, I mean, if you can cut with water and you can double your profits, like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. But for this, you know, especially
we're taking the hat off.
All right, I guess we're taking clothes off, guys.
The shirt's next.
But that's my thing. Like, it, you know, and one of my owners knows them, and so it's like they'll be willing to do that. And if we could put it out strength, like, dude, that could change the game for them altogether. It's obviously going to Apple Jacks. They're the only place you're going to be able to get it, and it could take off from there. And we never know what happens. So, pretty excited about that.
Cheers. Hopefully we'll see the doc back again.
Yep.
Blood subbing if the shirt comes off. Well, I'm sorry, but lots of people sub when the shirt does come off. If anyone here is from Central Oklahoma, keep your head on a swivel. They just updated the risk of the highest possible for severe weather. Damn, that's scary, man. I'll have to talk to my dad. Like, he's not in Oklahoma right now, but he's in Georgia. But he has a lot of clients that are in the Tulsa, Oklahoma City area, and like a lot of Tulsa, a lot of like Broken Bow, like that area as well. We also may or may not own a very large business in Blackwater, Oklahoma. I'll talk to Jeff about that off camera.
Oh, Blackwater. I'm familiar. Man, no, I can't believe you didn't like this. Again, one of the most incredible things I've ever tasted.
Which one is that? The purple top? You like that? You thought that was good?
Yeah. It's not
10-year purple top, and the cinnamon was just very, very spicy. The oak was very forward. Which is interesting to me because you said you don't really care for earthy. I found that one to be very earthy, which is funny because it's actually called Earth on the back of the bottle.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong, the long hot summer's day is leaps and bounds above this one. But I mean, I think that cinnamon really takes off from any kind of earthiness on it, period.
I just found it interesting that we had a 2022 Scorpio.
Yeah.
That even though it was less refined because of the youthfulness of it, I found it to taste better than the 10-year Earth, and I found it to have less cinnamon.
Huh.
And I say cinnamon, and I'll keep saying cinnamon because that's the main dominating flavor that I get that I don't really enjoy. And it's honestly one of the main reasons why I do not enjoy Old Grandad 114.
Huh. Okay, well that makes sense then because I like cinnamon.
Which is why I would think that Old Grandad 114 would be right up your alley. But for me, it's a no-go. I pass.
That's fair. That makes sense.
For me, the sample that Tyler got of the 10-year and then the bottle he got of the 5-year is the reason why I will probably never, ever own a bottle of Willet Purple Top. And I won't even cry about it because Matt, who is recognized as his AKA Purple Top Matt, he has a shit ton of purple tops, and he says that's one of the most dominating profiles that they are known for is that cinnamon note. And because of that, it's kind of deterred me. So, like, honestly, he saved me a lot of money by telling me that there are some of those Willet purple tops that go for well over $1,000 because they're hazmat proof and they're like high age dated, like 10 years or above. And like, yeah, I'm sure those are very highly desirable bottles, but for my flavor profile, I don't want that. I won't buy that.
And that's fair, like now, so the Long Hot Summer's Night, the 10-year one that we have, when I tried it, there was a little bit of cinnamon on it, but it wasn't pronounced. It was almost like a more pleasant Midwinter's Night Dram on steroids.
So, Josh, when you say cinnamon flavor, let's qualify that because you did say you like RD1 green and you're like, you thought you were the only one, and I like it too. Amberana finish is cinnamon, but that's different. That's like dessert cinnamon. That's not like hot, spicy cinnamon. So when you talk about a finished whiskey, Amberana finished, I'm all aboard with that. But cinnamon as a tasting note, when it's not Amberana finish, like that's not the interim goal, but that's the flavor profile they get. That's where I find the less desirable pours because cinnamon on its own, the sweet side, already one. I'm gonna hold it up right now. We got a bottle of it. That's the next crack we're gonna do. We have this one open. We're gonna crack the maple. We're gonna do a 1-to-1 blend. But the green label, this is good. I like this. And as much as I bash on cinnamon, there are certain things that are Amberana finished. Even the Rio, even though it was too sweet for me, and I had to blend it with the Peerless Double Oak to really enjoy it. I like that. I really did. But it's just the fact that like the purple top, the distinguished profile that I got off the two, and I'm not going to judge an entire lineup off of two samples from two different bottles.
Yeah.
But the flavor profile was very spicy, like red hot candy cinnamon flavor profile. And I'm like, that's not me. It's not me.
And I do get that, what you're talking
and that's why Les said you got to drink what you like. And unfortunately, purple top, that's not for me. That's another reason why I was like, Tyler left me with that little bit of the purple top. I gave it to you because I'm like, hey, we talked about this. I'm all down for mixing that shit with RC Cola and making a video and some content because I think it's hilarious. But I'm like, now you can try some purple top that you probably thoroughly enjoy. But for me, I'm like, eh. And I went back to it a couple times. That's why there was so little left because I really tried to enjoy it and pick out the flavors that I really liked of it. And I just couldn't find anything that was sold.
No, that's fair. And I will say this, I bash on Fireball all the time. And if has a chance to be at the Rack House, my Buffalo Trace, dude, you're going to hear the most like ridiculous. but like I actually enjoy cinnamon. The reason Fireball is because I downed a bottle in less than 30 minutes when I was like 24 and threw up black for the next 3 hours. So like I just won't touch it again. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, RJ, I played the Buffalo Trace game, and
Well, and that's why when you said as a general manager, and I would do this 100% too for allocations, because unfortunately you do have to play the game.
yeah,
So if you want another thing to put on your menu for like cheap drinks to do for happy hour or stuff, and this is what I've learned from one of my local veteran-owned liquor stores, Mango Shada
yep,
is Sazerac.
it is.
That's another thing you can sell that's not Wheatley vodka or not Fireball that people can buy and try. And you can do like, I don't know, $3 shots of freaking mango shot. I don't fucking know. Like you name the price. I'm just throwing out a random guess on what people might be willing to pay for that. It's not expensive. It's not super cheap at the same time, but it's something that'll sell that gives you more money because it used to be about the dollar amount. Now it's about the bottles that you sell of the Sazerac to get the allocations. And the reason why I say it used to be the dollar amount is because people used to just buy, or I'm sorry, it used to be the bottles and not the dollar amount because people used to buy the minis and they would just buy cases and cases of the little minis of the Wheatley vodka and the mango shada and the Fireball. That doesn't work anymore. It's dollar amount strictly. So even if you spend $1,000 or you buy 10,000 bottles, $1,000 is all you're getting credit for.
Well, so that's the thing for the liquor stores. For me, it's bottles, but it's 750s and up. So like I can't buy, like you're talking about like the minis.
You can't buy the minis. You can't buy 375. So yeah,
it's all a game of 750s and liters, but it's really cases now. So the actual thing, and I guess I can disclose this on here for people that don't know, at least in Texas, to get on the barrel program, and once you get on the barrel program, you can never get out of it. You can pass them each year, but you get on it for life, basically, when you're a restaurant, as long as you're open. 290 cases a year of Sazerac product to get on their barrel program. Now, 290.
Are you on track to do that this year, by the way?
Yes.
That's why I said, like, honestly, switching your well over to Wheatley vodka for the vodka, Benchmark for the whiskey. Like, I know that's not the most desirable shit, but that's what's going to help you hit that number. And unfortunately, it's a sacrifice that's necessary because the idea of being, and this is quote unquote the rack house, in case you guys don't know, scratch kitchen, whiskey bar. In order to be a whiskey bar, you got to have some allocated shit. In order to get allocated shit, you got to sell a lot of shit that's not allocated. We're gonna fresh crack it. We took the plastic off. We're gonna see if we can get a pop. This is the maple one. This is the brown label. We've been looking for this one.
Ooh.
We're not drinking this on its own though. We're gonna pour up a little bit. We're just eyeballing. We're not measuring it by any means. This can be a relatively hefty pour because we're gonna be doing a blend. I am actually a huge fan of RD1. Not a huge fan of the price point because they're about $70 a bottle, which is kind of unfortunate. But we're going to be blending it with the green label, which is the Amberana finish.
Yep.
As a 1-to-1 blend. This will be a pretty hefty blend because we're going to let that sit and blend and mellow for a little bit. But I found that the cinnamon flavor, the harshness, the oakiness of the Amberana with the sweetness of the maple comes for a very good balance. So if you guys have not had RD1,
yes,
try it. If you have the ability to get both bottles, 1-to-1 ratio, and I've said this on several Facebook groups, including the secondary groups and the private community, the enthusiast groups, it's life-changing. Like, it's definitely one of those blends that I tried just off a whim, and I was like, damn, this is really good. I'm definitely going to get a bottle of this maple and do it, and now we have a pretty hefty Glen pour of it, so boom.
Yeah, no, that's, oh gosh.
Need to get a shower and run by the police station to give them the name of the asshole that burgled my house. Bro, you shouldn't have to give the name. You should have just given them the hole and where you had to dig them to bury him, man.
I would pull something up right now, but we're on a live stream, so
yeah. Oh shit, man. I hope since you have his name that they can actually do something and you have evidence and proof to convict, because fuck that dude.
Yeah, you're not pulling that in Texas, I can tell you that right now. But no, I'm right there with you, RJ. Those RD1s, like, I don't normally tell people, just like you love giving samples out. I love giving samples to people, but there's very few bottles I'll tell someone to go buy that isn't an allocated bottle. I think it's amazing. But those right there are no questions asked. Pick them up if you can see them, because like they really are good. Like that RD1 maple, I drank the whole bottle. That actually is, to me, is a better daily drinker. If the price point was the same as the Wild Turkey Rare Breed, I'd drink it all day.
And they're pretty close. I mean, like $70 versus like the rare breeds, like 55.
Yeah, if it's just a little down, and you said the word mellow, so Willet Yellow Top it is.
My kids watching some Mika and some Miss Rachel and
Yeah.
drinking some milk.
Oh man, we have kids. Yes. I was on the other end of the house.
Yeah, he said someone ran in the front door, grabbed a bottle, and then they left. It is not a store pick of Mellow. It's just a bottle of Mellow. But I thought it was funny that he picked. I've never had Mellow Corn, but this is his first bottle of Mellow Corn.
Yeah, it's
Josh is over here spamming Mellow Corn.
It's definitely Willet Yellow Top. So that's what I'm naming that one, and that's what it's going to be by. So if you haven't picked one up, Mellow Corn is the new Eagle.
So Josh, if you're in the Discord and you go to the whiskey chat and you scroll up a little bit, I posted a picture. Someone was selling on the secondary a bottle of Mellow Corn with a pair of slides that have the bright yellow slides that say Mellow Corn on them. Get your allocated Mellow Corn slides.
I may end up doing Mellow Corn giveaway bottles at this point.
Yeah. Josh said he saw you. This shit's funny.
Mellow Corn better than yes. Yes, it is. It looks like my wife's mead. Like that's the color this is. This was like 4 months.
Hey, look! Someone just posted a 13 Colony 15th anniversary up for sale for $450.
Wow! Did you tell them you hate themselves?
I don't understand. Like, you get one of the coolest, rarest bottles ever, and you just post it immediately up for sale on secondary. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay. So Michael said that he thought the Rio was too sweet. So I'm actually talking to Riley tomorrow. I'm going to have him send me a bottle of it just because I liked it. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I like the sweetness of it because, one, it's more approachable for ladies. And two, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not going to drink 2 or 3 pours of it. That bottle's going to last for a year because I'm going to have one drink of it to start the night or end the night and be done with it.
And Michael, you can pick whatever double oaked you want to mix it with. I mix it with Woodford double oaked. I mixed it with Nulu double oaked. Peerless double oaked for me because I do like Peerless double oaked. I know Carl isn't a big fan of it. I find that to be the best one that I've tried, where I blended the Woodford, the Nulu, and the Peerless. The Peerless was the best to blend with the Rio because the Rio was just a little too sweet.
Yeah, my wife.
Yeah, Craig, we're still on here. You think we aren't going to keep day drinking? Like,
we're working right now. What are you doing?
I'm glad Michael's wife loves Rio. In fact, a lot of ladies, they seem to like that Rio because it's low proof, and even though it's Amberana, the amount of like honey on that, it's so sweet.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I bet you I can
make. You meant to say he can stand. I think you meant to say he can't stand scalpers or flippers. Yeah, there's definitely a place for it. Like, honestly, there's certain bottles that I wouldn't even have access to if they didn't come on the secondary market because they don't get distributed in Texas. So there's definitely a place for it. But at the same time, if the bottles were just on the shelf at MSRP, I would buy those all day, every day, rather than having to pay a upcharge that someone's going to have to bring it to me.
Yeah, no, and you're right. I can't stand them either. Matter of fact, we even talked to the specs lady a little bit about it, and she was like, "Yeah, we've got people standing out here at like 9 o'clock, and they know there's no truck here. They're just hoping that we put something out." And they did, because when I was at Discount Tire. What was that, a couple weeks ago? We were all talking with Matt and Riley about the.
Is that when you get the Blanton's Gold pick?
No. It's when I got the Bookers.
Oh, the Bookers, yeah.
And I got the Bookers. There's only 2 of them. Well, there's 4 or 5 more out there today. So, like, they're clearly being selective about how much they put out per day or every week.
Well, the Bookers has not been in favor from the secondary groups that I've seen, even the local groups. In fact, the one group said quit calling it out in the store drop info because people just aren't buying them.
But see, here's the thing: is I paid $108 for mine plus tax. They were $99 today, which tells me that you're on track with that. That they're not that good. To me, I thought it's a good bottle. I
Well,
thought,
Total Wine was pushing 115 before taxes for them. So for
yeah,
a bottle that's supposed to be, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, MSRP is supposed to be $85 for Booker's.
yes,
So MSRP should be about $92. And the fact that they've been selling them for 115 before taxes is outrageous because the quality control between Booker's batches is just not there.
yeah. I'm not going to argue with you. To me, though, like I like that peanut.
I like Booker's. I think it's great, but the quality control between the batches, the differences, they're night and day.
They are. Now, I will agree that because the one that you gave Aaliyah or whatever, like they definitely taste way different. But
And the one that I gave you guys, honestly, that was one of my more favorable bottles of Booker's. That's why there was so little left, but that was one of my more desirable ones that I've tried from them. Now, I'm not saying it's the best one I've had from them, but out of the ones I've tried, some of the profiles on those, they're not consistent. And it's like it's literally a coin toss whether it's good or bad. And like to drop $100 to find out if it's good or bad, I'm willing to do. But when you start saying above $100, now I start getting skeptical. Like, let me watch some reviews.
right, exactly.
Now it's Jim Beam, so I automatically assume earthiness and nuttiness, which is funny to me that Jeff even likes Booker's at all because it's normally pretty heavy on the earth notes, but there's a lot of like the peanut from like Texas Roadhouse. I don't know. I know Texas Roadhouse is like nationwide. It's not just a Texas thing. The peanut shells you used to eat peanuts off the table. I don't know if you still do that anymore. You could throw the shells on the ground and they just sweep them up later. I don't think they let you do that anymore. But those fresh cracked peanuts, like that's the flavor profile I get from most Jim Beam product. I really like Booker's, and the fact that it is high proof, that's one of the main reasons why I've been so freaking turned on by Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon, because we're talking 130 to 140 proof. It's high proof. It's kind of like Booker's, but it's like the Texas take on it, which I like.
Yeah, and I think that's what it does for me is the earthy notes I'm not a fan of, but when that peanut profile kind of overwhelms it, I really enjoy that.
Which Josh, that makes sense on why when you said Drizo also says he likes Knob Creek 12, Jim Beam product, Knob Creek 12, one of the arguably best bottles for the price point, even at 100 proof, a 12-year-old 100 proof whiskey for $60 that has that peanut flavor. It is pretty damn good.
It is now, and that's the thing is I first tried Knob. I'd never had Knob Creek before, and I picked up a single barrel store pick of like a Liquor King, and me and my wife tried it, and I was like, this tastes like shit. Like I'm really upset because I like the way Knob Creek bottles look. I'm like, that sucks. It tastes like shit. So I would just shoot it, and kill the bottle, throw it away. I'm never going to waste shit. But I was like, I saw the Knob Creek 12 when I went to Specs and they had the Eagle Rare and Blanton's. And I'm like, well, can I get both? They're like, no. I'm like, well, then give me an Eagle Rare and I'll try the Knob Creek 12 just on a whim because I didn't have a lot of high hopes about it. And I've already bought my second bottle. Like that stuff is freaking delicious.
I find myself buying less and less backup bottles and more unique bottles.
Well, I mean, and yeah, and that's fair. For me, it's more of the I have the unique bottles, I have the rare bottles. I want to share them with people. For me, it's daily drinkers like will it top or not? Well, I'll drink that shit all day.
I'm so happy that people are willing to share what they have with me, and I think I would have shared this whether someone shared me a pour or not. But for me, I've always found it to be more enjoyable to share what I have with other people rather than keep it for myself. But I'll say it time and time again: the whiskey pours that you guys send me, they do not go without thanks. I'll explain probably one of the best relationships that's come out of a sample that's ever happened. Dave Vogelsang, the Don, the legendary Dave Vogel sample. If you guys haven't heard of him, super awesome, super generous guy. And you're like, well, what has he done for you? He sent me a shit ton of whiskey samples, for one. He saw that my dad drinks stout beers with me, so he sent me some stout beers too, so I can have a relationship with my father that we can capture on video doing content that's alcohol related, which is super cool. My dad's willing to do that, and that Dave was willing to send those bottles to me. Yeah. But David sent me a Willet Weeded 8-year, the 108 proof purple top. That's the black bottle with the purple top. It's not to be mistaken for a Willet purple top, even though it technically does have a purple foil. Jeff has a bottle for his kid. I'm pretty sure I gave you a sample so you could try it. If I didn't, I'll give you one. But
no, I love it.
Because of that sample that I got from Dave, I wanted a bottle and I wanted it ASAP. I reached out through a community group to try to find one, and that's where I met. And he's not in chat right now, but on YouTube, he's Beetlezeus. You guys know him in Discord as Tyler M. Tyler Mock is the guy that had the Willet weeded 8 years. And my first time meeting up with him was to do a trade to get that Willet weeded 8 year. But I had almost no bottles to bring to the table for that trade, but that's what he wanted and what he was asking for. And I was like, wow, that's super undervalued. Like, I need to give this guy more. So I kind of asked him, like, hey, what do you want for samples? And he kind of like was surprised by it. So I compiled all these freaking samples. Like, I brought some absolute bangers, including Thomas H. Handy, my very first BTAC bottle that I had pretty freshly got.
Yeah.
And my first time meeting up with him was not like what you guys would typically think for a meetup to do a swap. It wasn't at a gas station. It wasn't at a liquor store. It wasn't at some parking lot where you just trade and move on. I met at his house, which is very uncomfortable for a first impression and first meetup to have someone come over to your house. But he'd offered his hospitality of his home for me to come over to do this trade, which freaking mind-blowing to me. And my wife's like, are you sure you want to do that? You really want to go meet someone at their house? I'm like, yeah, I know it sounds very odd, very weird, but I've met people and had relationships with people that has been the place where I've met them. And I know that seems odd and unusual. I'll be more on a safeguard about it. But as soon as I walked through that front door after we shook hands and we did our trade and I stepped in, he had a home cooked meal for me. We hung out. We enjoyed like 30 fucking pours. Like, we had 30 or 35 pours of whiskey from his collection and the samples I brought him. Some of the bottles I brought that were samples, I told him, these aren't for us to share. These are for you to enjoy on your own leisure and your own private domain of your home. So these are for you. And I just set them aside. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. So the trade I did was honestly not important. It was more of the relationship behind it, which is why he agreed to the trade in the first place. And ever since then, we've become friends. And the relationships we've had, the bottles we've shared, the videos, the content we've done together, like, that all came from one man sending me a sample from the other side of the states so I could try some whiskey that I thought was so freaking delicious. I needed a bottle of it. And because I did a meetup to meet that guy, to do that trade, to get that bottle, it became a friendship and is now extended well beyond what I thought it was going to be. And just to think that, like, one sample can do that, like, the generosity of sharing whiskey, that is just like my own personal story that I can share with you guys on why, if you get some crazy shit and you think it's really, really good, share it. Because the person that actually is into whiskey that you share that with, if they're into whiskey, like, tenfold, like, the excitement, the happiness they give, it's more ecstatic for me to see them. I know Jeff's been drinking a little bit. He had his Willet 10-year, but he talked very highly of it. That was a sample that was shared to me that I shared to him. For me, I'm like, I'm just freaking happy that someone found enjoyment out of that, because for me personally, I didn't like it, but the excitement he had from trying it, I'm like, man, he just tried a purple top the other day. Now he's had a second purple top. So now he's starting to get some action, some repetitive bottles, some different offerings.
Yeah.
Your next purple top, I mean, if you're getting it from Matt, it's going to be pretty exciting, man.
Yeah, no, it will be. And that's the thing is I don't ever want to, like, undercut people and think, like, because this community that we're in, you know, obviously we're on different sides of YouTube, but it's becoming more and more similar. But, you know, like, we all have different budgets, and there's some things that, you know, I can afford that, you know, other people can't afford. And to be able to give them those things of, I would never be able to go out and pay for this. That's the whole thing I hate about the secondary market and the way they do things, but that's another topic. But to be able to share that with people and go, holy shit, like, I know people, there's people at my job, you know, and you met one of them. You met Tabby, who's one of my managers that I promoted. And she came over yesterday with another girl, and we did a bourbon class. And dude, I've given her probably.
Is that the girl that sat down beside me and we had a long conversation?
Yeah, because she wanted to learn.
Yeah.
Dude, she's dove in so deep to this. Like, she's got probably 4 or 5 sample bottles, and she's just like, I'm scared to open them because they're so valuable. I said, that's the whole point. I want you to try them and experience it. You know?
We had a long conversation, and I know you saw us because we were sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
And 90% of it was not whiskey related. It was just, and that's why I keep preaching to you guys, especially you guys in the chat right now. Whiskey's the conversation starter. She was told to come sit down with me and ask whiskey questions. there were a couple whiskey questions that got asked, but for the most part, we were just talking about the bar scene, a
Yeah.
balance between work and life, being in a managerial position versus having people who are just bartenders or coworkers that are now subordinates. You're now a superior, and just talking to her about that, and then kind of hearing about her life and where she came from and where she's at, where she used to be, and all that struggle that she was willing to share with me. It's tough to hear someone's struggles and to not feel both sympathetic and empathetic towards that individual, and then try to share what little knowledge you have. And I'll tell you guys, and I'll try to humble you guys as quickly as I can. If someone's going through some shit and that shit is shit to them, but you're over here thinking like I've been through worse, well, guess what? That might be the worst thing they've ever been through. So don't ever compare what you're going through to what someone else is going through, because your worst of worst might not be their worst of worst. It might be freaking sunshine and rainbows for you, but for them, it's the darkest demons they've ever had.
Yep.
So when someone's willing to share that with you, just take the time, listen, and then just agree with them, and then try to come up with solutions. I mean, obviously, some people, they don't want solutions.
Yeah.
Some people just want to be heard. Other people, they are looking for that saving grace, like where they want to step out of that dark. They want to get away from that, and you might have to offer something that you weren't willing or prepared to offer before. So don't compare your demons to someone else's demons, because they're very different. But at the end of the day, they both hurt the same. And if someone's really hurting, just be very apologetic and try to be understanding of that individual.
Absolutely. And that's what this right here, like you just said, is the conversation piece starter. It's a beautiful thing to have, because
the conversation she had with me,
yeah,
and her time of leaving an abusive relationship, and I'm not going to get too detailed because it's none of mine to share, but to leave an abusive relationship is already like, thank God she was able to have the strength and courage to do that. But then thank God that she had family that was willing to offer a safe place to stay, so she didn't have to live out of her car or be homeless.
right.
Just all the stuff that kind of plays together and merges into one. Like, holy cow, like, people out there are very generous and very giving, but on the exact opposite, there was someone who was very taking and very abusive. So
Absolutely. And we just try to be that offset balance, if you will. We try to give what we can and do what we do. At the end of the day, it's, you help people. That's it.
yeah, as much as you can. I mean, obviously, you can't help everyone.
Yeah.
The old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can give them every tool they need to succeed, but unless they want to succeed on their own, you can't force that. But you can give them the opportunity several times. You can lead them to water multiple times. And that's one thing I will say. You can lead them to water multiple times. You don't have to just take them once. Yeah, you're going to be burning resources, and you might expend yourself more than you want to help someone be led to that water multiple times. But if they want to drink, they'll drink on their own. If they don't, they don't. You can't force that. But the support factor, never give up on someone. Always give people second chances if and when you can. I want to say forgive and forget, because that's what we've been preached to, about forgiving and forgetting. But for me, and I'll be very toxic on this part, I will never forget, but I will forgive.
Absolutely. But you have to learn to find.
I'm not going to allow someone to hurt me twice. I'll be more safeguarded about it. But I will forgive them. I definitely will forgive them. So
yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, I've done my fair share of crap, people that I bet hate me till this day, and I guess rightfully so. But again, the man today is not the man I was yesterday, and the man I'm going to be tomorrow is not the one I'm today. So,
and I give more than two chances. I really do. I say give second chances. Sometimes it's third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth chance. But at some point, you just have to cut people off. You do, and it's not you. It's definitely going to be them. But if I only give someone one chance, or sometimes if I only give them two chances, sometimes it is me that has provoked them or got to that point where I was so naive that I gave them the opportunity to take advantage of me. I've always used the example. I have my wallet here. I don't carry cash. I just have card now, but I used to have cash. I would go to friends' houses and I would set cash money on the table to test their loyalty.
Yep.
Why give someone the temptation, you ask? because I didn't care if they took the money or not. If they took the money, they can have it. Like obviously they need it more than me. But the fact is I tempted people, and if they took the money, that's fine. But I was more cautious around that individual afterwards. There's people where I left money on the table, and the next day the same money was there. No problem, no foul, no harm, no foul, whatever. That told me that that person was very honest and genuine, and they had no intentions of taking from me, whether it was a $20 bill or a $100 bill, or I had multiple. Because sometimes you have to have multiple bills so they don't think like, oh, they're gonna see that they took the $100. If I have 5 $100 bills and 10 $20 bills and 20 $10 bills, they'll probably take a 10 and a 20. But if you only have one $100 bill, they probably won't take it. So I did test that, and I know that sounds kind of selfish of me to do, but for some people, it's like I just wanted to see how loyal people were and kind of test my loyalty and friendship with other people, and it's very shady to do, but
sometimes it's necessary though, and I'm not going to knock you for that. You know, I'm kind of going through some shit, and we'll talk about it offline or whatever. But you know, I'm going through some shit right now, and I've got to figure out what my next direction is, because at the end of the day, my career lands on it. And if my career lands on it, you know, at the end of the day, my wife and kids come first.
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to let a thief be among us if I can stop them, which is another thing from my own personal character. My parents, they kept a money jar that was throughout the house. And I've learned as I've gotten older, and they've disclosed to me that there's more than just a change jar. There's money that was literally laying around the house at any given time, to where if something happened, a text notification or an email notification would be sent to me or my sister, and we had access to a lot more money than we thought we had because it was just sitting there in cash money. Why would you tell me that now? Because they trust me, because they've given me the time to steal from them multiple times, and I've chose not to because I love my parents and value them. And to me, and this might not be true for all of you, but for me personally, I value what I have that I've worked hard for.
Yeah.
If I didn't work for it, I didn't earn it, it's not mine, I'm not going to value it. So for me personally, I don't see a point in stealing, because for me that's not time well spent. I didn't put any effort towards that. It doesn't mean anything to me. What I have, even though it might not be much to some or it might be great to many, I am proud of it because it's mine. I've worked towards it and I own it.
Yeah.
Whether that's through money compensation, relationships. I mean, perfect example, 13th Colony 15th anniversary. Fucking let's go with Drizo Nation right here, Jeff. We stirred the pot. We started some shit. We told them the news that we heard from all the stuff we had, because we had Jay that was telling us like, hey, I really want to hunt this bottle. I'm like, dude, Jeff's the man. Like, he has the connections. He has the hookups. He's going to let us know when they hit, so we have an idea on when to go hunt, so we can better value our time. Instead of going wait 4 hours at a store that may or may not have it, we'll have a better educated decision on where we want to go hunt. Jeff never responded because he didn't get any information. And he didn't get any information because the freaking Greenlight reps didn't give him any information. And then we find out they all freaking go to Walnut Hill. So when I found out all those bottles went to Walnut Hill, I'm like, Jeff, I'm not bitching at you, but I'm bitching to you. Here's what we found out. Stir the pot, sir. Like, let them cook. So Jeff went and cooked. I was there actually that day. The rep showed up, and he went and talked to him, and he's like, hey, yeah, they're pissed. They're pissed. I mean, Walnut Hill, 36 bottles, and it never went to another specs is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think the next quarterly allocated Grand Reserve lottery for Total Wine will have 13th Colony 15th anniversary. I don't know how many bottles they have, but it should be in the lottery. Should be. I don't know. I don't care about Total Wine anymore, guys. I've been absolutely fucking burned by that store. I don't ever win.
Well, it is. And it's funny because we actually had this conversation. I won't get into who had the conversation reasons, but a certain company and another certain company had a conversation, and my name was brought up, and said, well, I said, well, you know, he used to be another company and you guys could never provide him with anything. And then you slapped him in the face by sending him all of his bottles in E.H. Taylor barrels. Like, that's a slap in the face. And the fact that you guys couldn't provide for him, spending $3,000 a week, and now he's spending $20,000 a week, you know, over $100,000 total so far in less than an opening. you still can't provide them with anything, you know? And so they said, you know, it's nothing personal against you as a company, but you're at fault for this. And because of that, he's going elsewhere.
I'm very proud of you, your success, the fact that you were put on one of the tightest ropes you've ever been on and basically pushed off, both from the front and the back.
Yeah.
You were definitely backstabbed, but you were also stabbed in the face too, by a company that just talked highly of you, but then stabbed you in the back anyways.
Yeah.
If you were so successful and you were so good at what you did and you made that company so much money, which I'm not doubting you did, why would you fire that person? That just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
Now, when you went on the market, I was very scared for you because I'm like, yes, you're optimistic. Yes, you're looking for another job. The job that you actually got was not one you applied for, but one they came and contacted you for, which kudos to you for that. I mean, that's not normal. I hope you realize that's not normal that people contact you for a job. The fact that you're the breadwinner, you're the solo income, so your wife can watch and take after the kids.
Yeah.
I was terrified and I was scared for you.
Yeah.
Dang, work. What did I miss? Duck races? Fuck it. You want to do a duck race right now? We'll do one.
I mean, I'm down. I don't give a shit. Let's do it.
So I have these new 5x5 cardboard boxes. So I have sample boxes now. So samples are on me, boys. So I'm not doing this as a freaking sample, but this will be the freaking word.
I'm doing one as that.
13th colony, I think will be the word. No. We won't do 13th colony. Let's do hashtag rack house. To be entered and to win a sample pack of 4 cents. Ad banner posted. We're not posting Willet. We're not posting Melicorn. Hashtag rack house, guys. That's going to be the magical word. We'll do a giveaway. This is a daytime day drinking live stream. I don't expect a whole lot of people, so your chances of winning are astronomically higher than when we do these at night. We got 18 people watching right now, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, that's quite a few people to be watching during the middle of the day.
Absolutely.
So we got Doc Martinez that came back. All right, let's see if we can get everybody in. We got Craig from Bourbon Santa.
Let me get another bottle. I'll do one too.
We got Jeff. Thunderclap. Yeah, you did, Doc. You came back at a perfect time. We got Will from Dollar Bill. We'll put Dollar Bill on there. We got Tore Up, which we need to send Tore Up samples anyways. We got Jesus from the Bloody 81. We did not find any Rebecca Creek Double Barrel Spanish Oak. They were sold out of the store we went to, but we did ask and we did look for you, sir. So unfortunately, didn't find any, but we're still looking. Les butchered it, but we got less on there for. He put. Oh no, he did put Rack House. I thought it butchered it for whatever reason. Emrod, aka Michael, Tater Dom. Josh. Joanna popped up. All of a sudden, Joanna's typing in. I've never seen Joanna pop up in chat, but someone wants free whiskey. I love it. Yeah. William Hall. Yeah, at work, it messes up dang customers. Joel S. Hey, Joel's here. What's up, buddy? I haven't heard from you in forever, man. We need the Northerner back in the Discord chat so we can hear some shit.
Right.
What are you looking for? The Rebecca Creek double? Yeah, we're looking for the Rebecca Creek double barrel Spanish oak. Oh, Joanna's my employee next to me hearing this. Hey, so she wants some free whiskey. I love it. I have no problem sending her free whiskey if she joins. Yeah. We're trying to get a bottle of Rebecca Creek double barrel Spanish oak. Doc, if you can get a bottle of that, please, 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 please contact me. You have my phone number. Jesus, aka the Bloody 81, or the Bloody 81, aka Jesus, however you want to word that. He'll be deploying soon. That was one of the bottles he was looking for. We just want one bottle for Jesus right now is what we're looking for. So if you can get one bottle for Jesus, it's on me. I'll pay for it. Jesus, the Bloody 81. I know you're in chat right now. I know you're asking for one, and I know you probably didn't expect me to pay for it, but I will absolutely pay for that bottle for you, sir. James Morgan, I got you entered in as well. If I win, I'll donate it. Perfect. Love to hear it. Joel says life has been crazy, man. Yeah, I believe it, brother. I believe it. Liquor King on Western Center had 6 bottles of River Creek double Spanish Oak this past Friday. Oh, there we go. Doc says he'll grab it today. So Doc, reach out to me if you don't already have Jesus, the Bloody 81's information. I'll send you his address and information, and then you just send me the bill for that bottle, and I'll pay for it. Jesus, you're getting a Rebecca Creek double barrel Spanish Oak. You can thank Doc Martinez. I'll cover the cost, sir. Is yours.
Yep.
All right, so we got our list of people who have entered in. Let me double check to make sure we try to get everybody in. I don't want to miss anybody. So the first person that looks like they typed that in was Doc. So we got Doc Martinez. Trying to see if I can put my finger on the screen so we can follow it down. We got Craig from Bourbon Santa. We got Jeff from Drizo Nation. We got Thunderclap for AKA for Reels. We got Dollar Bill Will. We got Torup. We got Jesus. We got Les Bramblett. We've got Emrod, aka Michael. We got Tater Dom, Josh C. We got Joanna, which is Doc's coworker. We got William Hall. We got Joel S. And we got James Morgan in there for the giveaway. Double checking, make sure I didn't miss anybody.
Muffin Man's in here.
There we go. Jesus said, dang, thank you, RJ, and wasn't expecting that, brother. Thanks, RJ, and thanks, Doc. Muffin Man. Yeah, man. Like, honestly, thank you for your service, dude.
Absolutely.
I don't think you've been told that enough. If you have, I'm going to say it again. Our country has lost its values. And the fact that you're still willing to lay down your time, your effort, your life for our country, whether it's combat related or not, your time and service does not go without notice. So.
Yeah. And you better come back. So. That's an order. So
that is an order, yes. We need subscribers. We can't have you die. They'll have you unsub, and they'll have you vote for Biden.
Exactly.
I'm sorry if you guys are Democrat and you voted for Biden, but one of the funniest things that my parents said is they're like, "Hey, don't let me vote Democrat when I die."
And if you're a Democrat, I'm not sorry. Give me all your bottles and just, Yes, sir. All
right, let's get this presented. We're going to close it right now. So the last person that entered in was that Muffin Demon Rat.
Pretty much.
We're going to shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times. Okay, a lot of naked ducks. Let's do a couple more to where we get some more costumes. That's a decent amount of costumes. So 7 times. Here we go. Doc said he's getting back to work. He's like, let me know if I win. I'm no Democrat, and that's coming from a Mexican saying it. Hey, someone's got to build that wall, and I'd much rather pay the Mexicans to do it.
That's right. And better quality at the same time.
It's funny that people like I have a lot of people that actually think I'm like a straight up hardcore racist. And I'm like, wait a second, let's talk about all the people I invite over to my house. I said the number one groups of people that hang out at my house are Mexican, Laotian, and Puerto Rican.
Yep. I even have a black kid I live with, you know.
I'm close to the front this early. Yeah, tore up. Not a good sign. Muffin scoring it. Ugh. This hurts, guys, to see that Muffin won. Congratulations to Muffin. Jeff got second. Thunderclap got third. The reason why I say it hurts so much that Muffin won is Muffin was the last person to join the giveaway.
I mean, we can do another one. I'll throw one up there. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man!
Hey, Muffin's been hanging out quite a bit lately. He said strategy. So, Muffin, you got me on Discord, brother. Reach out to me via Discord. Let me go ahead and add you to the giveaway winner list so I don't forget you, and we'll get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Sample pack of. Yeah, I do, in fact, keep a notes document on my desktop so I don't forget to give out people's stuff. That only works, though, if I actually put you on the notes. So please, tore up, don't forget. I have you on the list now. I won't forget you, but normally I forget. Hey, my dad's in chat. We're out here day drinking, Dad. We got a Discord message, and it's from Muffin. There we go. Literally just off of work. I have no idea what I signed up for. Sample pack of 4 samples from my collection.
Yep.
Your choice. He said, I hope it's not a cowboy, so I'm going to put, or it can be cowboy 2020, 2021. 2022 and 2023.
Oh, that's nutty.
Just send him 4 samples of cowboy bourbon. He'd be like, no, thank you. Hey, my dad said me too. He's day drinking too. He just sent me a picture.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
He's drinking some Yingling Flight.
That's good stuff.
He sent me a picture that I don't want to share because of the legalities. I'm not sure how legal it is, but he's not the only one that's bourbon santing it up and being a Craig and making his own shit. So
good job,
master distillers out there, man. I'm just saying, some of these guys make some pretty cool stuff.
That's right, they do. All right, we're doing
Muffin said re-roll if it's that latter. LOL. I'm just kidding. I appreciate it because I offered him the 4 Cowboys. No, Muffin, we'll let you pick. Craig said, shh. Yeah, you're not the only one, brother, that's making their own shit. The best hooch is the free hooch.
That's right.
All right, we'll run it one more time.
All right. 1792 single barrel, Willet Yellow Top, Evan Williams Vintage, and Natterjack the Mistake.
Saul Garrison Brothers for $200. Just had to say double oaked, no age, no Texas. Didn't miss a good one worth that. They're single barrels. Some of them can be cash strength, but if it's on a single barrel cash strength, the only one that I would say would be worth buying would be the Cowboy Bourbon. And I find them to go for less than MSRP on secondary, so you probably did a good job on passing. Tell about still I sent you yesterday. Do you want me to talk about that? I don't know if you want me to talk about that. I don't know the legalities of that. I don't want to share what you have someone making. Come on, Red.
Yeah.
This was a cask or 119 proof anyway. Yeah, you want they have hazmat proof ones. Those would be worth the $200 price tag. Otherwise, just buy the limited releases. Don't buy their single barrels or their double oaks.
Yeah. Muffin Man doesn't get to win again.
Holy cow. Muffin with a clean sweep. Do we race again or do we give it the second?
No. I'd say race again. I don't. Yeah, he's supposed to be taken out.
All right. Okay. Let's go to names and let's just take Muffin off. Muffin, you weren't supposed to win twice in a row, dude. You're freaking cheating. Okay, there we go. We should have taken him out the first time. He's been taken out. All right, this is for the samples from Jeff. Muffin can't possibly win now that his name's not in here.
No.
My dad says last place wins. I do like doing first and last wins.
He goes, wow, we're just changing the rules.
Yeah, we're just changing the rules. Hey, that's Jeff's rules. It's his giveaway. It's no longer my giveaway. You get one from me, Muffin, though. I got you, buddy. That's hilarious. He's like, we're changing the rules now because Muffin's like, I'm reaping the benefits. I'm getting all the samples. If Muffin won and you actually gave it to him, I would just try to send him the same thing that you're sending him, so he just gets 2 of everything and be like, "Ha! You only won once. You just got double the pours."
Exactly.
Well, Les is making his way up. Will's making his way up.
I owe him stuff anyway.
Thunderclap. Let's fucking go. Muffin said he would have passed it along. How generous of you to win twice and be willing to pass it along. So Thunderclap won. It's for reals in YouTube, but Thunderclap is his Discord channel. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
he does struggle to get some allocated bottles, so I always like to see when he wins. He says, "Yo," got the applause.
Now he has 8 coming to him. I got to find a package that fits it.
Dad said I can talk about it. It's legal here. Okay, so it's legal to do what they're doing there. So I won't disclose the area, but obviously it's fine where he's at, so we can talk about it. There's a location undisclosed. They have a pot still, and they're running their own hooch. So what they're making, I don't know. I didn't really ask too much. Normally, when you're making your own stuff, people will make moonshine, but you can also make your own whiskey. Obviously, whiskey fresh off the still is considered white dog. It's going to come out clear, and only reason why it gains color is through aging in a barrel. It'll take the color of the oak from the barrel. The longer the age statement, normally the darker it gets. To be a bourbon, new American charred oak barrels are required. That char is normally a heavy char. Longer age statement, you'll get darker color. Shorter age statement, less color. If it's not a new American charred oak barrel, it cannot be labeled as a bourbon, but it can be labeled as a whiskey, and your color can vary very differently. And a lot of people will use flavored staves, to flavor the whiskey. So something to keep in mind when you're looking at bottles, whether it's a bourbon or a whiskey, whether it's finished with staves or however it's finished.
Yeah.
He has barrels ready. He has moonshine and bourbon. So Dad's clarifying on some of that. Moonshine, I've seen it come off the still as low as 120 proof and as high as 170 proof. So obviously moonshine at 170 proof, you probably don't drink that. It normally gets cut down. But the more times you run it through the still, the more pure it becomes, the more concentrated in alcohol because you're burning off all the other additives.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has barrels ready tells me that for the bourbons that he's made, we got a guy that he's trying to follow mash bills of some of the big head distilleries. If this guy's doing anything else, North Carolina, obviously, okay, we can talk North Carolina's fine. Craig, we will definitely get you more insight. I'll tell my dad to get all the information he can so he can share it with me, and I will share it to you via text or direct message or email. But yeah, I mean, the idea of making your own alcohol is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Making mead or wine, and no bash to Jeff and Aaliyah, it doesn't really tickle my fancy because the proof point on those is very negligible. It takes a lot of honey, but not a whole lot of effort. It's pretty minimalistic, which I like. I mean, I don't want to have to do a whole lot of work for all this time, all this money spent for low yield. This is probably one of your better bangs for your buck if you just spend money on honey and you make your own mead. But the idea you can make your own whiskey and moonshine, like that excites me. Like, can you imagine having your own branded whiskey that you make, age however you want, And if you don't like the flavor profile, you just throw staves in it, or you try to add something to the barrel, or you do a new, like a double barrel to try to change the flavor profile, age it for 4 or 5 more years, or you put it in a different climate to get different profiles. That's pretty cool. There we go. Dad said he'll get samples and we'll send them out later this year. So you guys heard it. We're getting samples, moonshine and bourbon samples. We do actually have a moonshine sample, and it is about time that the mountain men from up in North Carolina, we capitalize on another moonshine jar. So if we get another moonshine jar, Dad, I would love to send that out to the boys. Yeah. And the girls. We got girls watching the stream now too. It's not a sausage fest only. We have women that also watch the live streams and hang out in Discord with us now. So I'm super excited to let them try some of the moonshine. So very, very cool. Craig said he's very sure that you can distill meat as well. I bet you can. I'm curious on the flavor profile you can get from doing that, because I mean that'll obviously up the alcohol content as well.
Yeah.
He's just like me once. Yeah, if we can get some moonshine, all on board for moonshine. Bourbon as well, or I say bourbon. It's going to be whiskey. It won't be, well, it could be bourbon depending on how he processes it, but more than likely it's going to be whiskey. Yeah. We'll see on the details on that, but pretty exciting.
Very cool.
So Dad's day drinking. He's drinking Yingling Flight. I heard they also went to a wine tasting. I think my mom sent me some photos of that. Double check. I had called her earlier. Had the girls out for some wine tasting. So looks like we got Mary Walker, someone I recognize in that photo. My mom, Terry. There's so many people in this picture. I don't know all these guys, all these ladies, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 women doing a wine tasting. They look, I'll be very happy. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All 11 of them are smiling. So whether they were having a good time or they just been drinking, I don't care. 11 smiling women. Sounds like Dad's got them in the right place.
That's right.
Mom is in Georgia, in wine country. Yeah, they are definitely enjoying the wine.
Right. That's awesome, man.
It's a ladies' trip. Well, yeah, 11 ladies. They're all smiling and all drinking wine. That sounds like a good time. Well, I still have quite a bit of this RD1 blend, but just because we've been day drinking, it's been 2.5 hours on live.
Yeah.
What's the next plan, man? Has your lady come home? Has the kids come home?
No, they texted me right now, like 30 seconds ago, like, oh, they're heading on the way home. I'm like, okay, because like they've been at the park playing all day with their friends and shit. So like,
yeah, I mean, if they like playing in the park too, I mean, I'm trying to take my kid out to the park too. So
yeah, no, that's always fun. For me, it's probably just going to be a little bit of drinking and food. And
the later we go, it seems like the more people are popping in. They're getting off work. We're at 22 live. When we first started, we had 7. So we're at 22 people concurrently watching this live. So I'm pretty happy with that.
How many likes do we have? I need to
22 likes.
Ooh, okay. I don't have to make the statements. I see.
So pretty awesome.
That's pretty good, man. I'm enjoying it. Like, I wish I could figure out how to dual stream it to my channel. We probably could have a couple more in here, but nah, it's pretty cool, man. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, with the StreamYard, I know you don't have the computer set up for it, but with StreamYard, there's an option to multicast. So eventually, you'll need a computer, not to use your phone to do this, and you'll be able to multicast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You might be able to do it through your phone, but I don't know how much that'll bog down the RAM and the battery life on your phone to do it. So
yeah, no, that's true. I should try to do a computer once, but honestly, I just need to bite the bullet, go buy a $600 computer and be done with it. I don't need a whole lot. So
yeah, I mean, if you're willing to splurge a little bit, assuming you get paid tomorrow, and if you get a bonus next time, you get a bonus. If you buy a higher end PC, you can still, in fact, use controller, and you might be finding that more to your fancy for your streams for when you play other games like Apex. Yeah. To use a computer to process that and power that and to stream it. because then you got more opportunities, because then you can also do your YouTube channel too.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's something I really want to get back to. I know a couple people when I did a live stream after we left, ever like.
When's your next Apex live stream? I guess that should be the question I ask next, because I want to be there for it.
So we're gonna do one today. We'll probably do one probably about 5 o'clock. I'm thinking when everybody gets home.
Okay. How long are you gonna run for? A couple hours?
At most. Yeah, at most, just to see how it goes. Both my teammates will be there, so it'll be a full squad, so it should be good.
Because we've done this live stream, I don't know if I'll do one tonight. I think just doing the daytime day drinking live stream, this might suffice that live stream for the day. I mean, we did the little whiskey hunt that we attempted to do. It was a kind of a toss up whether that was going to be successful or not. Obviously, for either one of us, it really wasn't. But I mean, it was still fun to be able to one, hang out with you. Two, thank you for meeting with me, so we could, one, have the extra layer of protection, even though he came early and I came early too, to get the Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon. No problem, no harm, no foul there. But then two, to be able to go to a couple stores, pick up a couple bottles we wanted, including the Evan Williams Vintage. Pretty excited about that. I mean, I also got the RD1 Maple, getting the Garrison Brothers 2021. So now I have 4 Garrison Brothers up top, and the obvious trade, the 13 Colony 50th anniversary that I paid for. Thanks to you causing some hell that I may have initiated, but you finished.
Yeah, we had some really
choice words.
Some choice words, but it was in front of the right people, and they understood how important the relationship was with the company as a whole, not just because of where, but because of where I was before. And they value the relationship with me personally more than the company I'm with. And so, you know, I've never met my rep's boss before, and now she's the only company.
And that's kind of where I had the issue, where it's like, you talked about you're going to have access to allocated bottles, and where you have people that you value that can pull or ask for favors.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm really not someone to capitalize on a favor. I'm really not. I'd much rather other people have opportunities, just like you pass along bottles to the store. It's not that you can't afford them. You absolutely can afford them, but you just choose to pass them along to the business to help keep that business thriving. After trying a couple bottles, especially trying that sample, which you now have a sample of as well, the 13 Colony 15th anniversary, I was ready to capitalize.
Yeah. You know, and as you should. And the fact that they come in 3, they're not 2, they're in 3.
Okay, they're 3. Yeah, so even then, they got 36 bottles. Divide that by 3. That's what, 11 cases.
Yeah, that's still way too much to be releasing on one day if it's so limited. But you know, at the end of the day, it was so the #1 store in Denton County that gets more over the big box stores. You know, your nationwide chains. They don't get a single bottle. No one's ever asked them about it because it's kind of one of those things where if it's not Buffalo Trace, no one cares. I mean, we're still at that level. But
and I still don't understand that. I still don't understand that.
I wish I did. All I know is that you know,
Buffalo Trace, and I'll say this time and time again, is not the only damn distillery out there, guys. There's other distilleries that make great, exceptional whiskey.
There really is, and I've learned that, you know, over the 2 years I've done this, and I still tell people every year, like, I dove heavily into bourbon like a year and a half ago. And they're like, how do you know this much? I'm like, it's a passion. And I still don't think I know nearly as much as you or, you know, the majority of the people that are in our group.
I don't know that much. I really don't. Now, I have the answer for a lot of questions that people have asked, but I'm like, I've only taken the time and effort just recently to dive this far into it.
Exactly. You know, even like Torp said, he's never even seen a Michter's 10. Well, there's one sitting on my shelf.
It dropped last week.
Yeah.
Now, when I say last week, not necessarily in Texas, but just across like the East Coast.
Yeah. And
I had a sample of the 10-year bourbon, which was 94 proof, which a lot of people who get to be into whiskey that become what we call whiskey snobs, they're further than enthusiasts. They love to say and preach high proof equals better.
Yes.
Michter's 10 is a perfect example of something that is well below 100 proof. That is exceptional whiskey. And to value that and to validate that opinion, the secondary price stands by that. I mean, people ask for $400 for some of those bourbons that are 10-year age stated from Michter's as their limited release. And I mean, I know you've heard of their 20 and 25. Those are like their super allocated ones, but even the 10 years, to pay over $300 for a bottle that's under 90 proof or under 100 proof, I should say, they're 94 proof. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But obviously it's good. And the reason why bottles have prices that high on secondary is because they're bottles people pay to drink. So if you want to know if something's good, my advice to you would be to go to look on the secondary list if you have access to any of those bottles. And if something goes for double, triple, or quadruple its MSRP, it's probably a pretty damn good bottle to drink because someone's paying it to drink. They're not paying for it to hold on to it that hopes it goes up even more. If I bought a bottle for $400 that MSRP for $100, I'm not buying that bottle with the intentions of trying to make profit off that. I'm buying that bottle to freaking drink if I'm that deep into it.
Exactly. I'm right there with you. I mean, just like you said, cough, cough. You see GTS. I'll see BTAC in November. It'll only be for the store. I'm not going to capitalize on shit for another 2 years when I start trying to get BTAC. So you can come drink it, and I'm not going to overcharge you for it.
I'm not sure the entry proof on the barrel. I know Torup and Les are both talking about that, but I do believe it is probably a lower proof because they don't want to water it down as much. I don't want to say they don't want to water it down. In order for it to say like a bourbon, the only way they can cut it is to water it down. They can't use anything except water to maintain that qualification. Honestly, it just makes sense. I mean, any kind of product you have, doesn't matter what it is, if you can portion it, ration it out to where it makes more sense. In this case, cutting it with water, a single barrel that's been aged 10 years, minus all the evaporation, depending on the floor it was in the rick house, the yield that's left in that barrel. Let's just assume that it's in a pretty decent climate because where Michter's distillery is, you probably got 3/4 of a barrel left. You're probably talking maybe 150, 160 bottles at best if you barreled it straight from barrel to bottle. But you cut it down with water, so maybe they're stretching 210, 220 bottles out of that one barrel. That's why they cut it with water, because they can get more yield out of it. And the proof point, yes, it's lower proof, but it's still delicious stuff.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
And that's a good point too, Toro. Some saw more water up front at barrel entry makes some more room for sweetness from the process. Michter's 10 I find to be a very sweet and easy drinker. There we go. Craig said 12 pounds of honey, so we'll have some fermentation going on by the end of the weekend. I don't even want to ask you how much you paid for 12 pounds of honey.
Got to be a pretty penny, especially if it's quality stuff. You can get it from Walmart.
The big box stores do receive Michter's 10. Total Wine, I 100% guarantee it's Grand Reserve lottery only. I've seen it. And then Specs is phone call only. You will not see it in a drop. You won't be able to just walk in and get it. Maybe the end of the year drop, the big Specs drop. But other than that, that's phone call only. So you have to have quite a bit in there.
Yeah, the only place I know that you're going to be able to walk in and get it is obviously Applejack's, but they post those things the day before, and that line starts at probably 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Dinner picture hasn't come through yet, Dad, but if you sense it, I'll get it eventually.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, bucket lists. Yeah.
The 10 years Michter Rye is actually cheaper than the bourbon on secondary, too. So if you did have to pay out the ass for a bottle that you couldn't just go buy on the shelf or through an allocation drawing or raffle, that would probably be the one I'd buy.
Oh, that would be good, man. Well, my family's just now getting home, and I think we're probably gonna stream at 5, but it'll be cut probably about 7 o'clock. I want to make sure I spend enough time with family. So
yeah, spend time with family. I'm gonna call it a stream right here too, and thank you guys all for your support. We're at 20 freaking concurrent viewers right now to call this stream. day drinking during the day with Mr. Jeff from Drizo Nation.
Yes, sir.
I got a freaking awesome bottle. The only thing I can tell you right now, Jeff, is to get Aaliyah in the room and show her the Blantons and say, hey, the bottle's here now. We have Haley's bottle. This is her birthday bottle. This has her birthday as the dump date because it's just freaking awesome.
What? Oh, is this Haley's bottle? Oh my goodness! That's awesome! And it's an in. Cool.
The first bottle of Blanton's I've ever purchased and the most expensive bottle of Blanton's I've ever purchased right there in their hands. Their excitement means way more than the money I spent on that bottle. But I hope you guys never spend $216.50 on a bottle of Blanton's.
Coolest thing is the warehouse is H for Haley too. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Say hi, birthday.
There's Miss Haley right there. That's her bottle.
Come here. You want to see it? We'll hold it. Say hi.
Say hi, Haley.
Wow.
That's your birthday bottle.
That is ginormous.
The 1.75 liter of Sazerac. Yeah. Yes, Dad. That was your bottle of Blanton's that we gave you. That's the February 1st bottle. The little girl that Jeff's holding right now, that's Haley. That was her actual birthday. Was February 1st of 23. So that is indeed her birth date, month, and year. So
yeah, that's yours.
He has the bottle for all of his kids. So pretty exciting.
That's awesome, man. Can you say hi?
Hi, Haley.
Can you wait?
Hi, sweetie.
Went to mama.
But we're going to call it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live stream, and I hope to see you guys for Jeff from Drizo Nation. He's going to be doing a live stream. His will be on Twitch, guys. It won't be on YouTube. It'll be for Apex Legends. So if any of you guys that watch games, if you want to watch and you can't find him for whatever reason, go ahead and you can type in chat right now so they can see your Twitch handle. Reach out to me via Discord. And then I will share via Discord his link as well for Twitch for that stream whenever he goes live as well.
Yeah. It is competitive play, so we are playing ranked. So
my dad said I understand because I literally snatched that bottle up from my dad. That was my very first bottle of Blanton's ever I gave to my dad. I was so proud and happy to get that bottle for him. And I swapped it out for another bottle of Blanton's that didn't have anything close to the same date. But the fact that we could give you that bottle, I mean, for me, my dad is probably on the same boat as me. I got a bottle from Pennsylvania that had my child's date of birth as the dump date. And for me, that was so important and so exciting to pass it along and to get one that matches Haley's birthday is just
the fact
phenomenal.
That H2 just makes it all more special.
So I'm super excited. Yeah, I paid out the ass for that bottle, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. And then at the end of the day, it was money well spent.
Yeah.
But if you guys don't already, if you have Twitch, Demon Stomper, if not, reach out to me via Discord. I'm going to be over in voice chat here in a few minutes. We're cutting the live stream right now. I'll see you guys for the next one, and I hope you guys have a good day.